island if he steals it. Hey, Lori.
Hello.
Speaking of,
Oh, are you speaking of me?
What? No.
no, I know what I was
Oh.
talking about.
What?
No,
Mm.
it's not
Wait,
even
bro.
making of me.
We're talking
It's not
about
even
killing
Alright.
Strahd. How dare they? No, y'all just need to survive, take care of Vampire, and then we can get to the duel. But I feel like we'll see. Maybe y'all will defeat Vampire fast, but I feel like I need to buckle in for combat tonight.
I do love the minions in this though. They have a chance to really fuck us up, but they don't have a huge amount of health, so like we can deal with them quickly. But there's a lot of them, and they can kind of fuck us up.
Yep.
But
They're just
it feels
glass
satisfying
cannons.
to knock them down one by one.
Yep. And there is
Yeah,
still a lot.
I
Right
love
now,
stealing glass cannon.
yeah, right now you can only
Yeah, it's
see
awesome.
one, but Moru knows that there's a lot.
Yeah, and I don't. Oh, it drives me nuts, Scott, that you or Skull that you set up. There's like I have to use my own bonus action
Yeah,
to have everybody. I'm like, no.
Yep.
My bonus action is so valuable.
it is. It's a cost though.
Oh, I don't like it.
It's a cost. Hey, I mean, if you're well, are you hasted? Because I would say you could use.
I am.
I could say you could use a hasted action. I
If
would
I
allow
use the
that.
hasted action to do it. Okay, cool. Then that changes it.
I would
I'll
allow
take that.
that.
Because I can do more with my bonus action than I can with a hasted action.
Yeah.
Though hasted action I
yeah.
can still do stuff.
Monks are big bonus action classes, aren't they?
Monks and rogues, which I am multi-classed.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I'll allow it if you're hasted. Once haste is gone, it
Nice.
would be a. I mean, technically you could use your action, but I would allow. But yeah. So I mean, if you just want to like, if haste is gone, you could use action or bonus action.
Okay, gotcha. Thanks.
Yeah. I guess we're all here, so we can do the recap.
Say the word.
Yes, ostensibly on Curse
Ah.
of Strahd. The party negotiating with Strahd was able to provide peace for the evening and allowed the party to rest. And back in the Forest Fane, the party beginning to have some moments and kind of go a little bit separate ways. Selena and Kovu actually went off to Castle Ravenloft and with a something of a family reunion for Selena. But Afton and Ryland met with Strahd and conversed for a little bit, and with attempts to convince Strahd to allow Afton to peer into his mind, and they did so. He allowed them, Afton, to detect thoughts and peer into his mind, and beautifully and masterfully, as some crazy rolls, Afton was able to woo or coax the information she was seeking from Strahd, reassuring him in his mind that he was safe and cared for in her arms. She saw his curse once lived countless and countless lives of slumbering and fascination with his perfection, treasure, and joy always being out of his grasp. She saw a small change brought upon by the Phoenix Flame, the Phoenix Soul, and saw that darkness was still the current champion of his person, his beings. She also discovered a conversation, a battle within himself to take Vampire's power for himself or to let go of the temptation and give the ability to seal Vampire to another. You saw Strahd was a creature wanting change, a faint shadow of hope for possibly change for the better, but definitely a prisoner who wanted out and would do so by almost any means. And once Afton had seen what she needed to, the parties went their ways. Selena and Kovu returned, Selena giving Strahd a letter before he left, and once back, Selena set about plans to move her friend and mentor, teacher, Big Blue's body um, from its current resting place to the Weaver's Fane, where Il Mater has brought forth a sign upon the very fane itself, and even inviting Strahd as a guest of honor. there was a bit of trepidation in inviting Strahd within the fane, and it was soon realized Selena didn't have a voice of her own, with the Weaver nervously speaking for Selena. But it was decided to move Big Blue's body and wait until a better time to conduct the ceremony. The party having several other moments, a father and son mission to retrieve a stolen blade, them witnessing Cloven and Gertruda mongrel folk in love out on a cemetery moonlit by 3 moons, metaphorically speaking, picnic and portrait scene. The party rested, and the following day met Strahd outside the Locky next to Lake Zarovich, where forces were arrayed and waiting for the evening. And the party feasted, were debriefed about Vampire, and other battle preparations were made. The party even convincing Strahd to release more prisoners in order to help protect the peoples of Barovia. Night approached, and Strahd strolled out upon the waters, each of his steps causing the water to freeze beneath him. And with his staff, he brought forth a storm and a portal within the eye of the storm to the lair of Vampire above the heavens of Barovia. And now the battle quickly begun as the dragons, lifting up stone griffins and other vampiric forces, ascending with the party as meteors of fire and umbral vampires fell from the skies in the storms, harrying the party as they rode atop the dragons. But quickly the party was able to overcome these measly obstacles as you all landed atop the void lair of Vampire and are currently in mid-battle after just taking one of his void breaths. And I will move you all to the correct map, and we're gonna get going. All right. Woohoo!
Oh shit! Here we go.
Yeah. All right. Strap in for some combat.
Sorry, I thought about something, Scott. Technically, I remember last time we'd said that I got knocked off, but I was using the boots and they had spider climb. So I don't know if that would have given me advantage on the save.
True.
So
yeah, I would say that would have given you advantage
or an auto success. I don't know.
I'm trying to think. I feel like.
Well, because he was just flying away. He didn't try and hit you off.
No, it wasn't trying to shake us off. He was just flying away, just moving.
Does the
right?
dragon count as a surface?
He does for me, yeah.
Ooh.
So-
Because I can shadow step onto him. So because of that, I figure he's a surface. I can stick onto him.
Well, he's a large, like a
Mhm.
huge creature.
Well,
so
he's
I imagine.
is
you
he
would,
huge or gargantuan?
He's
Gargantuan.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Yeah. All right.
So it's up to you if you want to say advantage or auto makes it. Or
I'm
if
gonna
you just
say
keep rolling.
advantage. Yeah.
Okay, I'll
Advantage.
roll d20 again. Hold on, what did I roll last? I don't even remember. I'll just roll again. 6, yeah. I don't know what my last one was, but my bonus would have been. Yeah, so it's a 16. Probably still doesn't make it.
Yeah,
You rolled a
so
14 last time.
Yeah, unfortunately,
Yeah.
that still doesn't make it. But I'm sure you could get back on top easily.
I
with
can.
shadow stepping. So
If you were giving him advantage, he rolled with advantage back then, and he got a 26 already.
I did. I see the roll. Yep, it was an acrobatics. So I rolled. It was a 14 and a 26.
I will be merciful.
Yes.
Next time, faster, Adrian, with your correction
Sorry.
thing.
He is the merciful God.
Yes.
I like that it's on
I've-
Adrian.
I've learned to
I
be
didn't even
merciful
realize
from
it was
you
that late.
too, Adrian, as well as retcons. I've taken some from you, and I'll be
Nice.
merciful. All right.
My
So with
lessons.
that, please do. Y'all are crazy high level characters and have tons of stuff. So keep track of y'all stuff. I'll do my best to help remind, but so yeah, we'll get going. So if you have concentrating stuff, remember all that stuff. So
That's also the first time I've used these boots, by the way.
nice. I love it. I just can't wait till you get knocked out and you fall out.
It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
So
So all
fall
right.
into oblivion.
All right. With that, Moru, you're the only one that currently sees this. There are creatures that writhe and move, and definitely they seem to be moving towards, at least the one, seems to be moving close to, kind of down from this area, seems to be moving closer to Ismark, but the creature
Ismark.
encroaches fast upon him. Wherever the quickest way is to flesh cannot get to him or attack him this round. Boggy is encased in ice and cannot bog or do anything much. Let's see. And now we got a lot of people tied for 20. So, Selena, Kovu, whichever one of you wants to act, what would you like to do after just seeing Vampire shift and move and bring forth its void, cold, necrotic breath? You just out of it, you have, and actually, Kovu, if you're going, I need you to roll a, well, actually, you fill a, well, let me know what you guys do. And if once Kovu, I'll let you know. So,
Okay.
If you want to go first, Kobe, go for it.
all right.
Yeah, I can go first.
Kovu, with the orb, Strahd's blood orb within your possession, you feel like there is some sort of connection. And if you choose to, it is basically a free action. You could allow you feel like some sort of energy, and it trying to connect with you. And if you so choose, you can do so at the start of this turn. But if you don't, if you're not sure what it is, so you can say no and resist it. You feel like there's some sort of effect.
From the orb?
Yes.
How's Devil String reacting to the orb?
Devil String is definitely, its tendrils are like going towards the orb itself.
Okay, then he'll let it.
All right, roll me a d6 if you would.
All right. Devil String is my guide here. And whatever Devil String is like, he's like.
All
so
right.
Scott is your guide.
Yes. Yeah, essentially. So there is, as you allow it to connect, there is this almost like flare of blood and flame that whips off and swirls around you as you now have this shield of fire and blood that protects you. And currently, you are immune to cold damage. And if a creature within 5 feet of you were to attack you or hit you, they would take 2d8 fire damage.
Ooh.
So remember that. So currently, you're not sure how long this is going to last, but currently you have some sort of protection from the orb.
All right. I guess I'm just gonna make some attacks then right now.
And I will say, there is, after having that visual image that Moro gave you of these creatures, you all hear the chittering and can tell that there are just multitudes of the creatures, but you do not currently know where they are. But so really, the only target you would probably see is Vampire itself. So.
Alright. Oh!
There
yes!
we are.
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh snap!
Alright. Colossus Slayer times 2. Hunter's Mark, because I've got Hunter's Mark, because I have Hunter's Mark, and then Sneak Attack, because I have allies.
That's a lot of damage.
On, boy!
That's a lot of damage.
Good opening attack. Good opening salvo.
Alright. I might reroll that. I haven't decided yet. We'll see how my other attacks
Goodness, that was a lot of damage.
Okay, so for... Alright, does a 22 hit?
22 would hit,
Okay,
but it's
then I
going
won't
to
reroll
use its reaction. As the first arrow slams, just there is this high pitch.
It doesn't have reaction because of Shocking Grasp last time, right?
Oh, yeah.
You might be right. I guess
Hasn't
you're
been
right.
its turn.
I don't have
Mhm.
that.
You use a legendary action, not its turn.
Oh wait, yeah, I do have that many attacks.
Okay, yep. If Shocking Grasp was hit with it, then it can't attack. It can't use a reaction.
Cool.
All right, so the 22 does hit.
Okay.
Good shot, Brian.
Then Hunter's Mark. Bam. Whoo!
You just need a macro to add all of that up. Just one big number.
Damage.
33.
All right, beautiful. Yep. So I think only missing one shot, as it kind of the missing shot just kind of goes just through it, just falling, disappearing. But there's just, as you impact, there's just these kind of 3 high pitch, almost the sound of a tea kettle, and just light begins to erupt, almost as if stars exploding within the creature's form. With that, good going, Coven. All right. Whoops, that was weird. Back to the Selena. You're up. What would you like to do?
Can I let the layer action go before I move?
No. The lair action loses on initiative.
All right.
Sorry.
Then Rylan, after you attack, can you hop off the dragon and get in range of my healing?
I suppose.
If you're up for it.
The temptation of staying on the dragon, though.
Right, but you're just out because I would move to here. And Kovu hasn't taken any damage, right?
Nope. Kovu is a golden boy.
Yeah.
Me and Lucina are pretty rough.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Because you guys had the brunt of that thing last time, right?
Yeah, it was only because our resistances that we're not dead.
Mm-hmm. And I guess I was like 5 feet outside the range. I was just on the cusp. So I didn't take any damage either.
Well, the problem is trying to keep Afton up. Lucina is so far away. I think we have to prioritize Afton, so...
Well, if you're gonna use your channel divinity, you can't bring. I'm already
Ooh,
at
60
half.
feet. Never mind. 60 feet should be fine. I'm using Mass Cure Wounds. So 15,
Okay.
20, 25, 30. No, stop lagging on me. You can do it. Alright, that has all you in range. Alright. Then I'll be
Yay.
casting Mass Cure Wounds at 6th level.
Nice.
Ow.
Ooh, looks like a pretty good roll.
It's not too
Damn,
bad.
Daniel.
That's some good healing.
And then would pop in the spell potion be a bonus action.
Yeah, potions, if you imbibe them, are a bonus action.
Do we all get that 31 points?
Yeah, who all gets that? I assume most everyone, right?
Let's see.
Right.
Mass Cure Wounds is
I think it's range of 60, so...
range of 60. 6
Wait,
creatures.
did I see that there is an orb on the other side of this?
All the way on the other side of the map.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes,
on the
there
far
is.
east. The far east, yeah. I mentioned earlier.
I didn't know. I didn't realize that. Could I forego one of my last attacks, and instead, let me make sure I have enough range. I do. I have 600 feet of range. Could I forego that last attack and use Batter Bang Arrow, which, and since it's not being held by a target, and just grab it and pull it to me?
Sure.
All right. Let's
All right,
forgo
calm
that.
down, Scorpion. Okay.
That was my mistake for not
No,
mentioning it.
it's
So.
not. It's not your fault. I just noticed it. If someone called it out.
All right, go ahead. I will roll. It's not a crazy high AC, but
Okay.
do roll to hit. So if you hit it, you will get. It will be drawn to you.
Okay. 23.
Yep, 23. That is good enough. Yep. So you easy target, even though it's not too terribly.
200 feet
Yeah, you're
away.
able to see. Yep.
Sharpshooter. Sharpshooter.
Yep.
Boop.
And just so as the arrow goes, there's just the tendrils kind of latch onto the arrow and just go for a ride. Just kind of wiggling in the weird gravity and plane that you find yourself in as the batterbang latches on, just almost like suctioning. The tendrils kind of lash out, just almost like breaking into several different tendrils and just grasping on and whipping it right all the way over to you.
Yes.
As you've got 2 of the orbs. You should be able to
Brian,
well, no.
Yes.
can you specify which 6 creatures got it?
Yeah.
Got the healing?
It's Lucina, Lou, Afton, Moru, Ryland, and Bogwog.
Nice, thank you.
Not Judas or Mark. Okay.
Mark and Judas, they're hurt.
Mark is almost dead. Judas is dead.
Judas is also encased in ice. Judas
Ooh.
and Boggy are encased in ice.
My
Alright, so
boy.
instead of Bogwog, it's Mark then.
Yay.
All
I
right.
didn't know who to do for a 6, so I was just like, well, I guess I'll choose Bogwog because he has a
Selena,
halberd.
Selena, as you let forth that prayer of mass cure wounds, healing many of your allies, you've moved. Is there anything else you would like to do?
Yeah, I'll take the potion. Why not?
Okay, yep. Take off the spell potion and roll the
Which is
appropriate
a D3.
+3.
So that's 5, which will
Yep.
be all my 5 and all my 4.
Right.
And that's all I can do, sir, because that's
And
all 30 feet.
it's unfortunate luck as you moved right next to something, and something you don't see, but the chittering is all throughout.
Sanctuary. Wisdom
You
save.
do have sectionary. Okay, that's good to know. Thank you. Thank you. Let's see. Wisdom save. And it needs to make one for each attack, correct?
Each attack.
Okay.
And then, Skull, can you throw those back up there? Or are you gonna throw them up there if I use the
They're
thing again?
brand new
I'll throw them
ones.
back. If you like on your turn, if you're like looking for them, I will tell you where they are. But if you
Gotcha.
want, once you use your action or whatever you're gonna do, I will reveal them. Like if that's what you during your next turn.
Makes sense.
I'll reveal them for everyone. There's one I think y'all can currently see that had been attacking Lou, so I just left that one there. Most of the other ones have just crawled up from underneath that you have seen. So first one, I don't think it's going to attack you. It's right up to you.
it's
There's
18.
nothing else, so you hear just slamming onto the ground and some of the protrusions from these meteors, claw-like, just slam into that. So another 14, I believe,
Nope.
again fails, and then one more attempt. Yeah, you can just hear the slamming and as it just slams into different things. Definitely, you could tell whatever this thing seems somewhat confused as it can't slam, even though you don't know where it is.
All right, 2 mechanic questions then, because I have alert. I can't be surprised. So mechanically, would I know where it's at? So I can just.
You can. I mean, you know that it's basically within 5 feet of you.
Because I moved to here, so I'm wondering, like, is it this square or one of these
Yeah.
squares right here?
It's you can definitely tell it's like hovering off the ground, but it's definitely more this area.
All right, so if I move back to here, I shouldn't get another attack of opportunity from it.
I would not. I mean, that would be you would be like below it essentially. It's hovering in the air a bit.
Oh, it's fine. Okay.
But with your
think I'm good
passive
there.
perception, you'd get this. You don't know like every position it's in, but you know well enough with it being large and
Yeah.
missing its slamming its attacks. Let's see. So now for the lair action. All right. So time to activate the gravity fissure. As there is this, you feel, especially Lucina, Lou, this high amount of pressure beginning to form. The rocks on these platforms begin to shake, and there is this eruption from thin air.
What the fuck?
In a line, just this wall, fissure of gravity and force erupts. And let's see. Post this. I need you two, especially Lucina, and those within 15 feet of this line, to make Constitution saving throws DC 18. So there's quite a few that are within 15 feet. I think Afton, you're just out. I think you're 20 feet. Selena's away. Mark would be, unless he's high up in the air, he'd have to be 15 feet up.
No, Mark's not. So
I think Kovu would get sucked up in this. So yeah, it's Mark, Lucina, Lou, Judas just gets sucked in. So does Boggy, and then Kovu.
Is this thing immune to it?
No, they are not. This is force damage, so it does affect the creature.
Sweet. Are there any other ones that I see that are being
There's
pulled
none
into it?
other that are
Black
within
man?
15 feet.
Okay, cool.
So it fails. All right, and with that, that one would be gone. So let's see. Got most of you. Who got the 19? Was that you,
Lou.
Lou? Okay, Lou. All right. So you
But
are.
his name is under that one, so you can't really dispute it.
Yep. So you take half damage, Lou. So you take 15 points of force damage. You are not restrained. You're able to move out. Let's see. Mark takes the full 30 and is pulled within and restrained. So that was for Kovu, right, Sophie? The 12?
Yes, yes. It
Okay,
was.
you are pulled within, and you failed. So
Does
5 or more.
Do the orbs go in with him too?
Could I try and drop them before I go in?
Make a sleight of hand real quick.
Okay. 34.
Yep, you're able to drop them, but you do get pulled within, and you are restrained. Let's see, and you take the full 30, and let's see.
And I think you would see, like, you would hear just before he, like, gets sucked in as he's dropping the orbs, he'd just be like, Moro! I don't know whose voice it is, but we've said your name a million times.
Yeah, right.
It might be one of those rare combinations where you say multiple sounds of combining words and sounds.
Yeah.
Let's
It'll
see.
automatically get his attention and he'll look that way.
So Mark takes 30, but is
Mhm.
not restrained, but he is pulled within. And let's see. So that creature, and then what was Lucina's was the 11, right?
Yeah.
So she takes
So
a full
she's
30 and she's restrained. Yep. All right. So that was the lair action as this fissure of gravity erupts from the ether, slamming most of you into it and keeping you pressed down as you feel the force. Most of you prone down, just being pushed into the ground. Feel like you're about to erupt. But with that, the lair actions and whatnot are up. And Ryland, what would you like to do as you
Let's
see
go,
this?
Blade Bro.
You feel like a bit of the gravity pulling you, but it's not enough to affect you. You and Moru atop this creature. What would you like to do?
Yep, he is gonna stay on it, keeping his spider leggies wrapped as tight as he can.
Definitely
And-
not a creepy sight.
and
They're beautiful spider legs, though.
Oh, thank you. So even though Selena was kind enough to get him up to full healing, I think now he'll activate the Huntress's boon, kiss the hilt of the sword, and get his 1d6 hit points each turn. And then otherwise, we gotta vanquish.
Yes, vanquish! Sword flares up for a second as you go in to attack, and 22 is its AC. You connect.
Excellent. Alright. And let's vanquish again! Because we still have haste on, yeah?
Yep,
So,
you do indeed.
Don't forget the sneaks.
and the sneaks!
Oh snap! Yep, again.
There we go.
With you and your blade pro atop the creature, you're having no problems vanquishing vampire.
Oh,
Jeez.
damn, he's
Five
all
times.
fives. Oh my gosh.
All right, massive amounts of damage.
How's
Again, with
Vampire
each
looking
strike,
at
just
this
this.
point, by the
It's
way?
hard to tell. There's definitely more. You can tell there are like there's more like as you see kind of stars within its forms, but there is more kind of areas where you see like voided out stars. So you can definitely tell it is definitely taken damage, and there are more and more stars that seem to be blinking out in areas where you see of the void. So perhaps a
We have to be
bit
careful
weaker.
not to kill it.
Yep. Strahd warned you about killing it. So yep. With that, would you like to do anything else, Blade Master?
I think we'll stay here and just wait for the next chance to vanquish.
All right. At the end of your turn, it is
Uh-oh.
going to use legendary actions.
Turn around and bite your face.
to,
No!
And the
void
legs are wrapped around it.
So I need, let's see, Afton, Moru, and Ryland to make dexterity DC saving throws for me.
Okay.
Oh, that's not good.
the one time you've rolled bad on.
I know, right? Is
You're
it
not
2
taking
and
that
a
much
4?
damage.
Rylan's got this.
All right.
Well, I take half automatically because of evasion.
Right. So
You're gonna get yeeted out into space though.
It's all right.
all right. So Afton, you take the 18 bludgeoning damage and are knocked prone. Morio, you take half that, 9, and are knocked prone as well,
Mhm.
falling off.
Blade
And
roll.
No,
let's see.
so close.
With this, it is teleporting, so it you are going to be falling too, Ryland.
Ah.
As it's just almost it almost looks like it turns two-dimensional for a section. It just almost like folds in, going dark on itself and just slipping from one location to the next, kind of shrugging at you two off. With a 32 dexterity save, you are up fairly high on the creature, so you'll land and take. I guess Morio will take. Morio, you're a monk. You probably don't take.
I don't take any damage.
You wouldn't take it. You should take fall damage, but you're a monk, so.
I mean, is it more than 50 damage?
It would not. It would not be more than 50 damage.
Sorry, more than 40 damage, then I don't take anything.
Yeah, then you would not. Rather, you're taking half of this, so you take 7 points of fall damage.
Okay.
Landing, doing flips, whatever you would like to do in your fall with the 32 dex save, and able to kind of maybe jump, even feeling this wave of force and energy shifting and land. Hero style, the sun sword kind of flaring as you land. But that was its one of its legendary actions. And then with that, I guess you still. I mean, you were moving on top of me, so let's see. Moru, as you fall, you kind of look up and you can hear the chittering of one of these creatures as it moves within range of Ismark and Shield Guardian. And it is going to make one attack, one claw at Shield Guardian, and the other at Ismark. So
Is it like right here?
It is, yeah, basically right here.
Oh wait, Shield Guardian
I
takes
can't
half
see
that
pings,
damage.
by the way.
Huh. 80, so I only take 9, right?
Right. Sorry, what was that, Jay?
I can't see pings, so I'm assuming that you meant here.
Oh, I was in the wrong
I
thing.
figured you were on the layer. Yeah. Okay.
I need a. Yeah, I've got it set up where I can like, I click a key and shift to the thing, but it's also shift ping. I need to change that key. I need to make it like control or something. Let's see. So first claw, this is a straight up attack because I believe Shield Guardian has blind sight, right?
Yarp.
Yep. So, still hits with a
Still
28.
hits.
Yep, takes 15 slashing damage. This would be at regular because Ismark is blurred.
Hold up.
Yeah.
This is important. Hold up. Okay. What type of creature is this?
This type of creature is an aberration.
Okay, it has disadvantage and advantage because protection and invisibility. So it's a straight roll against Ismark.
Yeah, and Ismark is blurred.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that too.
Let's see. So 25 connects with Ismark. So he takes 12 slashing damage. All right, that's the creature's turn. Oh no, wait, it's not. It's got one more attack. Does not do the damage. First one, so Ismark is now grappled. All right, Judas is a frozen boy within this gravity fissure, and more creatures are moving. You can tell, Moru, they are closing in on Elise.
If I see that, I would. Oh, I couldn't say anything to her because she's not on the thing.
Right.
Yep.
So some
Rip.
advantage attacks.
Use your big boy voice.
Moro doesn't have one.
Natural 20, but really bad
Oh.
damage. 12 points of slashing damage from the first claw, 25, 12 slashing as well, 24 damage, and then the creature's mouths begin to try to clamp down on Elise, grappling and restraining as that connects. No damage, but she is grappled.
All right. I think shield's just +5, so that won't do any good.
All right, more chittering and movement you can feel from further down as one of the creatures encroaches quickly, but nowhere near any of you. But you can feel the movement, see the movement, Moru. Now Elise is up, as she basically can feel the creatures. These teeth begin to press in and feels this kind of suctioning sensation as about to pierce the flesh and take of the lifeblood.
First, was that a Cool Runnings reference?
Unintentional.
Second, can I still cast spells?
At least you should be able to.
All right.
There would be you're grappled and restrained, but you can cast spells still.
All right, so I'm gonna Misty Step, but the Kovu was in this space with the top blood orb.
Yeah.
And Kovu got pulled in, so it's I think at least knows 15 feet. So I think she'll probably teleport to there.
Yep.
Yeah, 30 feet. So Zoidberg noises as she teleports away, I suppose.
And I will say the orbs, it does seem like they are somewhat immune to some of these effects. As where a lot of the rocks and debris also got moved in there. For some reason, the orbs seem to have resisted the effect too. So that would have been something of note. But yeah, you're able to, you could attempt to grab one of those. Let me see. Well, let me double check.
And then does attacking across the gravity incur any penalties to attacks?
No, actually, when it so you could actually go within 15 feet now. If you go in the line, it would be different. But the effect kind of just brings forth, and all the gravity is on the actual fissure right now. So it kind of reached out 15 feet, pulled in what it could, and then the force is just pressing down within that line now. So you could still move within 15 feet, but if you get closer, then you're in trouble. If you get within the thing, then you would be making some rolls.
All right. And so she's not that kind of rogue. I think she'll just do Fireball because she can't get sneak damage, so we'll do that. Because it's a cantrip, right? So I can do that?
Mm-hmm. Yep, you can.
Let's try it. Nope, misses
Nice.
by 1.
Oh, 1 at the end.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that's her turn.
Yep. Beautiful. As she misty steps away out of the creature's grasp and attacks, and misses, unfortunately, with the firebolt. Let's see.
All right.
Pierre is going to do a legendary action, I believe. Don't think he's actually in range, though. Yep, so he is going to...
How terribly unfortunate he isn't in range to attack us.
No, wait. Selena's hiding underneath the creature. Selena would be in range. A tail attack coming at you. It is very...
Sanctuary.
That is true.
Probably has a plus 15 to wisdom, but whatever.
You can still miss.
Well, wisdom is actually not its strength.
Wow. Well, 18, so.
Well, natural 20.
Oof.
So it is going to be a tail attack in.
+9, it's not his strength. Fuck.
Well, I think the con was what, plus 15 or something?
15.
Yeah. The tail doesn't do too much damage. 27 to hit as it slams into you, taking 15 points of bludgeoning damage. And I believe you might be concentrating on something. I could be wrong. Okay, yep, you're good. All right, so it's 3 legendary actions already for it. And that was Elisa's go. Shield Guardian is up and can sense two
Alright.
creatures nearby. One to its kind of side flank, and then one right in front, since it has blind sight.
Okay. It's going to attack the one right in front of it.
26 definitely connects. 23 again. And with that, as maybe just the hands clap together, squishing this thing, it is destroyed.
Nice. And then he'll move over next to the other one. Where is it exactly?
Yeah, you would feel that you were within range right there. I
Okay.
think does Shield Guardian have 10-foot range?
Yeah, 10-foot blind sight.
Okay, yeah.
Also
Yeah.
hasted.
Okay, then it would, yeah.
Yeah, and
Yep.
this is his hasted attack.
All right.
You're not the only one who can roll good today, Scott.
All right. The creature, as you can still feel, there is some sort of Shield Guardian feels that there is still something moving and writhing and knows it must destroy via its command. Whatever that thing is still seems to be undulating and attempting to lash out. It's a good go
Okay.
for Shield Guardian. Lou
And he
and
heals
Mark.
10 HP as well.
Yep, Lou and Mark.
Okay. Mark succeeded on not being restrained. So he's just going to get the fuck out of Dodge and fly 60 feet up. Because he's...
Get Kofu out.
What does
not
Kofu say?
really
What does Kofu
do.
say when Mark
Kofu's
about to fly out?
tiny. You can just grab him and pull him up with you. Can you?
I mean, but he's all...
Mark.
Mark's...
I would
Mark
say.
is always in race form, for the record.
I would say Mark.
Oh,
would
is he?
I mean.
Yeah.
You do Mark, but he does care deeply about each and every one of you.
Aw.
He knows that. I mean, if he's in much damage, he's not going to be able to help too. So there is that fact. Mark doesn't have a lot of HP, and so I'll leave you with that. Do what you think Mark would do.
Okay, I got it. Mark is going to fly 60 feet up. And be like in this position here, I guess. And then he's going to pull his wand out of his ass, and he's going to shout down to Kovu like, oh god, I have to do an impression of Mark now. Give me a thumbs up when you want to turn back.
Nice.
And he'll cast
Pretty good.
polymorph. He'll cast polymorph and turn you into a... What are you looking for here? Giant ape? T-Rex?
A pterodactyl, something with wings.
Okay, well, what's the biggest sea or beast that can fly?
And big
I'll
teeth.
say I can pull up the list for you.
Okay, hold up. Almost got it.
Good.
Oh god. There's like no good ones. Where's the pterodactyl? Okay, sure. You're a pterodactyl now.
I'm a pterodactyl now.
It's pterodon, actually. Oh god, no, you absolutely are not.
Why?
Never mind. You're a giant eagle instead.
Why?
I'm fine with. I think the stats for it are bad. Right.
So bad. You're a giant eagle now.
We could say that you still turned her into one, but just the stats of a giant eagle.
Sure, you're a buff pterodactyl with the stats of a giant eagle. I don't have the tokens, so Scott, you'll have to do that.
I'll do it, yeah.
So I guess a talon up if you want to turn back.
Okay. You got it, Chief.
Use a thick boy now.
Giant eagle.
Kovu finally has his wings that can
Aw.
fly.
Oh.
Let's see, just given control. You should have control of the giant pterodon
What's
looks
the
like a
max CR?
combination. It's like an eagle pterodon. It's like a combination of an eagle and a pterodactyl. Sorry, was that Brian?
I was just asking what was the CR max for the polymorph?
Oh, his level.
Yeah, it would have been 14, I think. He's got more
Wait,
charges.
yeah.
you can turn me into beasts, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Turn me into this amphipter. It's also a dinosaur,
Oh, what?
and it also has wings.
Oh my god.
How do you spell it?
Oh.
Amphipter.
I need
don't
the
know.
letters.
Ah.
Not the font. A, right? But nothing's
I
coming.
was looking for something that was like a pterodactyl. It has more hit points than an eagle. Look at it, and it's a dinosaur.
Is that Pathfinder, not D&D?
It's third party stuff. I'll allow it.
Yeah.
I found that on the
You can just keep
Pathfinder
it- you can
one.
just keep the
I was
same
gonna
token.
say
Well,
it.
it's probably, yeah, it's probably a monster maybe someone put in front that was maybe from Pathfinder that they brought into.
Either way.
Oh, hey Scott, do you have Vola's Guide to Monsters?
I believe I do.
Yeah.
The highest CR beast that can fly is a Quetzalcoatlus. Quetzalcoatlus.
Paddle?
Well, we'll
Quetzalcoatl.
go with the.
That one.
That's an angelic
It's a
being.
quill. It's a
Looks like a
That's an angelic being, isn't it?
Sorry,
Yeah,
sorry, we
it's
got
a
this. We got
celestial.
this.
It's not a
We got
beast.
this. We got this.
No, I think that's the Quetzal or Coatel. That's the.
Oh yeah, that thing.
Oh,
They start.
okay.
They sound the same. They're ridiculous.
Alright.
They can bring those.
We'll go with this. I'll take a
Yeah.
look and just do it with the other.
Anyway, Lou's going to fly here. Reach to Lucina. Cast Thunderstep.
Beautiful.
Uh,
No check needed to do that. Then.
Mm-hmm. Fuck, where do we go now? Hmm.
And it's a 10-foot radius.
It kills
Uh,
Bob.
Lou will go here.
Well, yeah,
He would
technically,
have known better.
Boggy I should have moved Boggy. So their ice cubes are like smacked into each other, right there.
Is it true
But yeah,
polymorph, or do I keep my intelligence?
It's
Uh,
regular polymorph, right?
yeah.
Yeah, it's yeah. He doesn't have a wand of true polymorph.
Yeah.
Not yet.
I mean,
Not yet.
Right.
How do you
I
give
mean,
a thumbs up in
sorry,
that form, though?
I'm dumb. Do I keep my intelligence though? Do I?
I mean, you would
You
definitely.
keep your common sense, nothing
Okay.
more really.
Yeah.
So yeah, we teleport here.
I will say, when you get there, you do feel chittering and chattering above you as you get a good sense that there is a creature and creatures nearby.
Fantabulous.
Just need it to be my turn.
Selena looks over at you, just kind of like waves her mace in like a general direction above her, and probably like accidentally touches the thing. Like there's something above her.
Yeah.
Can I identify where exactly it is?
Make a perception check. It'll be essentially like your free action.
Yeesh.
It's hard to tell. The chittering and chattering seems all around. But you know, there's definitely, it sounds loud, and you get the feeling one is very close. But to where its exact location is, you're not sure. You hear from above, below, to the side where Selena is, all around.
Alrighty. Sure, that's my turn. Well, I'll use my bonus action to heal Lucina. That's my turn.
Beautiful. Oops. All right. With that, You heal her for 8 points of healing, uh,
12.
sealing up her wounds with your light. And Moru, what would you like to do? As it is your turn, as the creature has quickly moved off of you.
He falls and rolls when he hits the ground, and then hasted action to transmit every one of those little things. I was gonna use a word, but I can't because of kids. And then
Oh shit. He's right above me.
Yep.
depending on what they do, it might change. Oh geez, so many.
About 5
And
on.
you,
I think
you
it was.
Moru, I mean, they would get a picture that there's a lot more underneath and writhing and stuff like that. But those
Right.
are these. They seem to be kind of inactive in a sense, just kind of floating. These are definitely moving about.
Okay. It's not ideal, but all right. Movement stuff. I would know that probably running through this. Does this thing?
Oh, wait,
Mm,
add one.
this.
One more.
This thing isn't pulling 15 feet anymore, is it?
If you
No.
go within it, you will have to make a save.
Well,
it's
no,
not
but I mean,
pulling- you
like-
can get within 15 feet of it, yes,
Okay, good.
and it
That's what I
not
wanted.
pull you in. Yeah, all the force is on that actual fissure in the 10-foot line.
That's only 50. Then get back. Yeah. Okay. He's going to really quickly use all of his movement to get over to these. That's 50 feet. I think it's 50 feet to be on top.
Remember your haste. You have
I know. Yeah, I have an extra 50. So basically, I'm basically using my full movement to start here, pick up both of these, and then come back over to Ryland to hand him one.
Gotcha.
Get within 30 feet of me for my channel divinity to help you out with those attacks. By the way.
Yeah, we will, because we're not going to do it until I'm going to try and get back up on top of him. So I'll have one, and then I'll say, Ryland, take this, and I'll hand him one.
Yeah, okay.
And then, let's see, how far is this? What do you think?
I think if you just stand right there, you'd be able to attack without having to hop on and risk falling off into the void.
Scott, you said weaknesses would show up as we were damaging him, didn't you?
So you do see there are more and more void
Void.
openings. You're still not sure how weak this creature is, but you do see that you have been doing decent amounts of damage, and you do see multiple opportunities where you could attempt.
Screw it, I'm doing it. So Mori would then move, well, he would, let's see, I can shadow step 60 feet. So that's probably, yeah, easy enough. Can I shadow step onto the back of his head?
Yes.
I do that.
Well, yeah.
Well, I guess,
You'd have to probably still move because its head would be pretty high up, but you would be able to shadow step somewhere on the creature for sure.
well, I can't, that was all of my movement to get right here. So I'd have to shadow step from this point.
Right.
To
There'd
him.
be, yeah, you'd be able to shadow step on him. Maybe not right on top of its head, but.
Well, that's fine. So I guess more specifically, could I get onto a spot where I could see one of those, you said fading stars when we were on him before.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the voids.
Could I see one of those spots to get to?
Yeah, go ahead and make a perception check. Actually, yeah, perception check.
Okay. My passive is 23, so 21.
With a 21, you can see one that seems to have definitely seems a bit darker. You can definitely tell that there is some sort of still energy and power, and it isn't fully ripped or kind of the energy expanded as far, but you can definitely tell that there is has taken wounding.
Okay, if that's the one I can get to, I'm gonna go for it. And if I shadow step, I get advantage on my next attack.
Right. And are you are you going to be throwing it in or?
Okay,
jamming
so-
like
it?
It sounds like it's
One
just
will
gonna
be
be.
dex and one will be strength. So
Yeah. So if I could I get within 10 feet of that spot on his back and throw it into it?
Yeah.
Okay.
and this is just a straight up. And I don't unless you're proficient in
Oh yeah, could you smack it once or twice and then throw it in?
improvise.
Oh no, but
Yeah,
you
I
want
can.
to.
I have 2
You'd want
attacks.
to. You'd want to throw it in though, because that would be the one you had advantage on, right?
Right, exactly. So the first one would have to be I would shadow step, and then it'd have the advantage on this one. I would throw it in, and then I would attack him.
Could you throw a feather first? Because that would still count as your holy weapon, right? Or my holy weapon, I guess.
That's on Scott. That's on GM because technically the feather does come from the Galaron on my hand. So
And that's what
maybe, but yeah, and you cast it on the on the claw. So it's a DM question.
So you're trying to, I guess, tell me again what you're trying to do.
What?
So we're trying to we're trying to not waste the advantage. So we're trying to
Right.
I'm trying to shoot him with a feather before I shadow step onto him.
Yeah, you would have. I mean, whatever your next attack is, whether it's trying to, because this is still technically with the orb, it's still technically an attack.
No,
So you
no,
could
no.
have advantage.
I mean,
Yeah.
no, we mean because the claw has a holy weapon on it. So if I were to take a feather from the claw and throw it, would that have the 2d8 radiant damage on it as well?
Yeah, it still would.
Okay, cool. Then I will do
There we
that before I shadow step.
trying to open up that tear a little bit more.
27 to hit.
That does connect.
Cool. It does 14 piercing and then 2d8 radiant damage. That's an 8 and a 1. Another 9. So that's 23 points total. I'm assuming he's immune to poison. Cool. So that's not bad. Good damage, 23.
The
And then I
void
will.
seems to expand a bit more.
Yes. Thank you. And then Mori will shadow step onto
you
his
should.
back with the orb and
This is
then
just a
throw it.
Yeah, this will be
last
just a
attack?
straight up dexterity check.
It's
for you
basically an
since-
attack with no proficiency, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
This is your last attack, right?
Oh, God.
At advantage. Can I
It is at
use
advantage.
luck? Can I transfer luck?
I will allow transfer of luck.
All right, I'm transferring a luck point to you. Reroll.
All right. Jeez, that's.
Come on, 12. That's all we need.
Say you want high. You want very high.
16.
16.
Then I do. Is it something different? Can I tell what's going on with that? Because the plan.
I mean,
was
I
to
would.
use my.
Mori would have set it over the thing.
I mean,
Over
like,
the.
is it reacting different than a normal attack? So for my channel divinity,
It's still it's,
my
it's
assumption
an
is-
attack. You can use channel divinity on this if you would like.
I'm just using a dexterity roll because I don't have proficiency bonus
Right.
with it.
It's a
I'm
improvised weapon attack.
I'm just asking if it's. Well, I guess mechanically speaking, then it's going to miss. So then yeah, channel
Right.
divinity to make it a 26.
26 with a 26 as it's you can see there's a moment where the as you toss it, it seems like the orb does have some sort of a mind of its own, like a guided going towards the void, but then there's kind of this pulse of light at the void, kind of repelling the orb. And then as Selena lets forth her channel divinity, these kind of you can see these kind of just physical manifestations of these of Ilmater's cords just wrap around the orb and kind of lash out towards the darkness and void and cause the orb to slam into the void. As you see quickly, there is this kind of this almost melting into blood as you see tendrils begin to dark and red begin to intertwine and infuse within vampires, as you do have one of the orbs within vampire.
Thank you, Selena.
Vampire
Yeah,
react
bro.
at all? Like,
So there is this again. There's this high pitch, kind of tea kettle sound from where the wound is, as there is this kind of clawing with his arms and claws coming up, trying to dig into it. There is definitely a recognition and definitely a focus, getting a sense of whatever this creature's mind can tell that there was something not right with these orbs, and it definitely gazes towards Ryland, who has the other one. And after that, though, it is kind of in the clawing motions of trying to dig out. It's going to claw at you, Morgan.
I'm fine with that.
Shield you because that on my reaction.
20.
That hits.
Okay, you take.
It just hits. Because haste is 20
Oh,
is my armor class. Yeah.
You take 13 slashing, and you're resistant to cold via the potion.
I am.
So that is 4 cold damage.
17
That's
total.
his fourth legendary action. All right. These creatures will move into range with Elise and attack her, clawing at her. 20 hits, and so she takes 14, and then from the next one, 11 slashing damage as they cut into her, and then again try to grapple her down with their teeth. Natural 20, so she is grappled and restrained.
Oh boy. Well, it's not looking too good.
Yep. So many 8s.
He needs to make a wisdom save.
Who needs to make a wisdom save?
The guy whose turn it is.
Okay.
He's in my Spirit Guardian zone.
Nice. 24.
Bitch. He still takes 8.
And at least took that damage, right?
Yes. Didn't take the natural 20 because I meant to change that, but I didn't. It's just grapples, and then if you stay grappled and restrained, then it's gonna start doing damage.
Okay. Let me revert the damage then.
Yeah. I meant to fix that, but it was one thing that I forgot about. Okay, so one attack at you, Lou, one claw at you, and one at Lucina. Missing you, and I think connecting with Lucina with an 18. She takes 9 slashing damage. I'm gonna roll a d4. Odds for you, evens for Lucina. Evens for Lucina. She is grappled as well and restrained.
God, do I keep thunderstepping her out of problems?
I think she can dimension door.
She can, yeah. It's up in the air, right? And it's reaching down at her?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You can see it's like kind of as the tendril and kind of just flesh of it slams into her, just teeth kind of shift in form from the flesh, and begin to start piercing down, kind of clamping down, and beginning to. There's kind of this chittering and motionless. It's about to do bad things. But Ismark's up. He's going to. He thinks. Well, I'm trying to think. Does Ismark? Is Ismark? I can't remember. Is he telepathically connected to you guys? I don't think he is. Right?
Mark.
I don't think so. Okay. Was he there when Mordenkainen... Did he help us in Mordenkainen's Mind Mansion thing? I don't think he was.
He wasn't there. So
No.
No, so then he probably
he's
doesn't
actually
have
going
a
to
thing.
use his. He's going to end up using his action to haste himself. So that's his go, and he's going to. Let's see.
He can see Shield Guardian here fighting something.
Right, he does. He's gonna. I'm trying to think. Part of me wants to say he's gonna try to jump onto the dragon too. I feel like that would be something Ismark would do. So he's gonna haste himself. And let's see.
He's pretty buffed right now.
Yeah. With that,
Haste,
I mean,
protection from
with
evil.
haste, he is going to be able to jump
Blur.
onto.
Yeah, do it, Ismark!
So he's on, but that is his go.
Oh man.
Trying to move up.
He still has his
Well, I
hasted
guess
action.
he
though. He can
hasted,
attack
so he
one.
would have the
Hasted
hasted action,
attack.
right? So he can attack once. So that's what he will do. 19 misses.
Oh man. Wait, does he get advantage because Mora's on there?
I would say they're not in a close enough area yet to get flanking.
Ah.
All right. Woo. More of these
Wisdom
things
save.
attack you. Yes, that they do.
And difficult terrain. He might not be able
Oh,
to
that's
reach
true.
me.
It
Who knows?
probably wouldn't have had enough movement. It would not have had enough movement with difficult terrain.
But
And
it still
yeah, so
enters the
it
range.
basically would have. Yeah, it enters. Yeah, these things aren't very smart. They just thirst, and so yeah, it would be its action and dashes up in your area, and Lucina's. But that just go because of the.
Just to make a wisdom save though.
Oh, I thought it got a 10.
Yeah.
Oh, right. So then 13 damage.
Let's see. This one's going to dash over to Shield Guardian. Let's see, and then after those goes, it's going to Vampire is going to do a legendary action and move and swoop down near Ryland.
Ruh-roh.
Oh dear.
Don't worry, you've got some blade bros riding the dragon. All right, Afton, what would you like to do? As you see, this vampire is wounded. You see the tendrils as it tried to claw into of Strahd's orb, affecting it, and it seems focused and intent on
It's
whoever's wielding the next orb.
not. Wait, hold on. Yeah, it's not immune to lightning, right? As far as we know.
No.
Okay. I will use lightning bolt and center it where it won't hit the two people on him.
Gotcha. So dex save, right?
Yeah. Do it at 5th. Oh, yeah, I forgot that my lightning bolt spell is broken for some reason.
14, it fails.
Alright, good. Good thing I called that I was going to do it at a higher level first. Okay, so it's 8d6, and I said I was doing it at 5th level, so that is 10d6 damage.
Ooh.
I'm also going to quicken spell this. So 37 damage, quicken spell, and then I'll just shoot a fireball at it as well. Then a roll 20 for another 20.
God.
60.
Sweet.
Damn.
Dear God. That was a massive firebolt.
Yeah.
So the yeah,
79.
as you bring forth the lightning bolt, and just in this quick motion, again the firebolt, it just follows the trajectory and the bolt of the lightning, and then as the bolt almost explodes as much as a fireball, freaking, and does a massive amount of damage.
Yeah. Yep, that's my
Alright.
turn.
And with that, you could tell there was some sort of reaction. Vampire seems to be undulating a bit, and
Oh, we should be
seems to be
careful now.
affecting something to the damage. You can see that there are wisps of the light within kind of the stars, especially Moru, all those around can see there are more kind of dark stars erupting, kind of these mists, and as they do, kind of mist pours forth from the wounds and the singe and the cinder of the fire and the lightning. Something seems to be going on. Lucina, are you moving or doing anything else, Afton? Staying put.
I'll move back a little bit, but I'll stay pretty close still, I think.
Shouldn't we be a little more aware of the breath attack, though? I was just about to talk.
True, that's true, actually, you're right. I can be near this. It's not pulling people in, right?
No, if you're in it, it would be pulling you in, but you're fine.
Okay.
All
so
the gravitational force is on that area.
Okay, so. Okay, even if I. Okay, that should still.
I mass healing 60 foot, so you're good there.
Okay, so yeah, I should still be pretty. Okay.
It needs to be within 30 foot though if he's going to do the orb next turn.
Oh, actually. I shouldn't do that though because I need to be near Shield Guardian though. Is the problem. Okay, that's why I was there. I forgot. I forgot why I was there. Which is that I need to be near Shield Guardian is the problem. Okay. Never mind. I'm not gonna move that much. Okay. Yeah, never mind.
All right, Lucina is up. What would you like?
Okay.
What is Lucina doing? Surrounded by these.
She is going to. Oh god, there's so.
We can start whittling down those resistances if we can.
No, she ain't got shit for that. Alright, she is going to cast Guiding Bolt on Vampire.
.24 connects.
Alright, next attack on Vampire has advantage. Don't waste it.
Right.
And Lucina's grappled, right? Restrained. Oh, she's
Natural
restrained. That
neutral.
was at disadvantage.
Yeah. So
Hold
roll
on.
again.
Oh, it's
Okay, well,
it's fine.
24.
Okay.
Roll attack.
Oh, you took one of Vampire's natural 20s.
Because that's how it works.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it is. Who knows? Right. She could. Could we have said that was as a bonus action for 2 sorcery points?
Yeah, to quicken, you could do that.
Cool. Then she'll spend another sorcery point to twin cast Shocking Grasp on both of these guys right beside her.
Okay, nice.
Left guy, right guy.
Both connect.
Fuck. Okay. Yeah, that's our turn.
One of them is destroyed. The other one.
Oh, sweet. The one grappling her. Oh, perfect.
The other one has taken damage from the Radiant Souls too, or whatever.
Right. The other one is heavily damaged. It's still just reaching out, but you could tell its movement even is more slower as the that lightning affects it. It kind of its tendrils kind of move back a bit, and still being attacked by the guardians. It probably will not survive its next turn going. So that was basically taken care of.
And Lucina's gonna run back because if another breath gets on her, she'll probably die. Yeah, that's her turn.
All right. So it gets its breath back.
Fuck.
Luck.
Okay.
Reroll that shit.
I'm gonna let go ahead and make a spellcasting ability check,
Don't fuck
and
me,
just
don't fuck me.
describe a bit too as you're doing this. As you're pouring forth your luck.
Alright. It's 20, that's pretty good. Yeah, it's just the same thing. It's like this do or die moment. It's God versus God, and she's just like, alright, Noctica, this is our moment. And she's just pulling for this, like, luck in this moment, and she just kind of forces this moment to slow as she, like, pulls it from him and forces him to, like, pause for a moment. We'll see if he gets it still.
There's this moment where, as its light begins, kind of the brightest light upon its chest begins to kind of focus all the rest of its light. You see as there kind of just quickly vines and kind of thorny begin to grow quickly, just piercing as it is affecting the creature's breath. And I'll roll again. Another
Fuck.
5.
It's literally, it's because it's me. I do the same thing. I rolled bad.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay. It's okay.
Alright.
We're just getting these rolls out of the way.
Let's see. It's going to, so several of you are kind of out of the way. But it's gonna hit, I think the most it can get would be, let me see. I've got a cone that I'm using. Yep, so. Alright, so Afton, Selena, and Lou and Lucina is would still be within this. Yep.
Fuck.
So that's the most. I think that's the most amount of creatures it can hit.
As a reaction, can Moru throw a feather into its mouth so it closes it?
Oh, that would be awesome.
Make it sneeze.
That'd be awesome.
I really wish.
I cannot.
Ah.
So yeah, let's see.
Bother rolling.
Alright.
Poor Selena.
What were they, Dex or Con? Can't remember.
Dex,
Dex
I'm
five.
pretty sure.
Post. Dexterity.
The DC.
Oh,
DC 20. As the light begins to move up its form, it opens wide its maw and brings forth cold and necrotic energy, just in these icy blue and dark waves. All right.
Lou used favored by the gods to succeed.
I'll probably go
Alright.
down here.
So
I
Afton,
have-
you are.
Not going down.
Yeah, I have what's it called, but I mean,
Definitely.
So yeah. So I think Lou, you succeed, so you're taking half the damage. So that'd have
Mhm.
been, and then I think you're resistant to. You're resistant to both damages. So
Yeah. So quarter damage.
yeah, and
Quarter of 94.
Lucina should be as well, but she's taking just the half, right? Because she succeeded.
Mm-hmm. Oh, she's down. Fuck. Oh, that's bad.
All right, and yeah. So Afton, you take 20 points of cold damage, and then you take the full 54 necrotic, I believe. I don't think you're resistant to necrotic currently.
oh wait, hold on.
You get some of my nightly evasion though.
I used it earlier though. I think I only get it once.
Yeah, you only get it once.
Ah.
But Shield Guardian takes half my damage, so I might survive this. Hold the fucking phone.
Mm-hmm.
are you resistant to necrotic as well?
No, she's not, but she takes.
No.
she
I
just takes
only
half
take
the
half
necrotic.
cold damage, so
10
I am
cold.
still up with. Hold on, 45 minus 37, 8 hit points.
Afton!
Save the death word.
You gotta let your knight
Okay.
know these things.
How much damage did you take? I need to add that to Shield Guardian.
A lot. 10 plus 27, so 37 is how much Shield Guardian would have taken.
Okay. Unfortunately, at this time, Kovu and Shield Guardian freeze up.
Oh no.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
The haste spell ends. Oh man, one more square. If I moved her, well, she couldn't go any further. But if I could have moved her one more square, she would have been safe.
All right.
Oh, because you forgot. Yeah, never mind.
With that being Vampire's breath attack, that is his go. As Afton, you just barely hold on as thanks to you.
Didn't even use Death
Your
Blow.
yep. Well, thanks to your
Sorry,
connection
Shield
to
Guardian, no.
Shield Guardian, the gift that you received,
Also, sorry, Kovu. My other character.
and the potion that you drank, you are up barely, wounded heavily, frigid and cold. Lou, you see Lucina encased, just kind of almost kind of frozen in ice. And with
Does that mean like she's out? Like, could I heal her and get her back up, or?
See,
All right.
with that, we're at the
What about
top
these
of
guys? Are
the-
they completely immune?
Yeah, they're immune to necrotic and cold, so they are unaffected.
Damn.
Let's see. Somebody roll me a d4,
I'll do it.
and then somebody roll me.
Hey.
Roll me. So okay, that's good. 4 more of these things come, and then roll me
Yeah.
2.
Rolled bad, so I assumed it would do pretty bad, but no, of course
Roll 4 d20s for me too. Somebody.
I don't want to. Okay. Average, and the last one's bad.
I don't mind being the
last
bad
time,
guy.
yeah. 20, the low was good.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Rounded.
So 4 more of these creatures come up from underneath or begin to start having more semblance of life. And I need to roll initiative for them.
We're gonna get overwhelmed by these little things.
All right. So I rolled pretty good for some of them. Shield Guardian is, I think these are going to be at advantage now because he is
Fine.
stunned, correct? Is it paralyzed or stunned?
Oh, he's stunned. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, because paralyzed would be doing a lot more damage, right? So,
Mm-hmm.
all right, let me toggle advantage. Get some music back on and attack.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right, so takes all a hit. Don't take the 26 piercing. It is just a grappled restrained. We'll see what that even does to Shield Guardian. If
He
Shield
has no
stays that
blood.
way. Yeah. But is taking Brunt's kind of impactful force, kind of slashing, cutting into his metal and wood. All right. This one will move. There, that's its go. Boggy is, yeah. So this is gone. Well, no, not yet. Well, it will be soon.
Cove
The
is
lair
stunned.
action's going to happen at these, so yeah.
Cove is stunned, so it's Selena or creature.
Selena, what would you like to do as you see more of these creatures beginning to chitter and rise and activate as the breath, and you would have taken some of that damage too, Selena, right? You rolled for the breath, correct?
That's right. Can't
Yeah,
save
you
for
already
that.
you took care of that, right?
Nope, doing it
Would
now.
have been, yeah. Sorry, I didn't mention you. You would have got. I think you were.
Pass it either way because I don't have a +4.
You said you wouldn't pass it, or you did.
Yeah, I can't pass after roll 27.
All right, so dish out. So you're just saying you failed the breath attack.
Yeah, I can't roll high enough.
Okay, I guess you have negatives to your dexterity.
No, for the con save to hold a
Yeah, for
constitution.
the save.
Okay,
I need
so yeah, sorry.
27 or 28. I have a +4 to con.
Gotcha. All right.
Does not come in handy there. Let's see. I think that's enough. Ryland, you haven't got hit since I last healed you, right?
Did I? So I'm down to 96. I just don't remember how I got there.
It was the voids. It was you taking fall.
The fall damage. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
You're just down a little bit.
Yeah, from 103.
You'll get
And-
hit points back on your turn too.
Yes.
Yeah.
The D6. Okay.
And then more was good too. So save that pool healing for other people. I'm still above 100.
Well,
Must
I'm
be nice.
looking at 3d8 or 5d8, and I'm thinking I need to do the 5d8 to get myself and Afton back up.
Mm.
And me.
All right.
Lou,
Lucina.
and Lucina, if you can.
All right. I think, yeah. The normal song that Selena calls forth is instead mournful and sorrowful. She realizes that with the casting of this, it's a do or die now, literally, for everybody in here. As she casts Mask Your Wounds at level 7.
I think I
No Way
honestly
Home.
deserve that.
So that's 38 points of healing. She was holding on to hope. So that's for me, Afton, Lou, Lucina. Anybody else need it?
Mark.
That's right. Mark took 30 after the 31. So that's 5. And then I could
You
heal
Get Elise if you
Elise.
can. Yeah, get Elise.
Elise, but we get
Uh,
that. No one else needs it. Forever hold your peace.
Kovu's fine for now if you have to like pass it
I
around.
don't think I could heal COVID. I
Yeah.
heal his normal form. So
Yeah. So other than that, I think everyone's.
I mean, I'm at 106 out of 147. So if you've got the extra, he'll take it. But I mean, heal the people who actually need it first. So.
Selena,
Same with
Afton,
Ryland.
Lou, Lucina, Elise. That'd be one more. So
I don't know if you can you wait. Did you get Mark?
Yeah. Well, I assumed.
Afton, Selena, Lou, Mark. Selena. Wait,
Elise.
I'm jumping around. Selena, Afton, Lou, Lucina, Mark, Elise. That's 6.
Okay. There you go.
Does Lucina come out of the ice then?
She does.
Nice. Thank God.
Sweet. That's
So
good to
You're
know.
generous.
with the power of the spell, it shatters the ice. Beautiful.
And I think I'll move back over to get closer to Ryland. So I guess literally on the rock's edge right here. Make sure you give him a little extra room to work with. And that's all I believe I can do.
Beautiful. All right. This creature next to you
Wisdom
will
save.
make a wisdom save.
It's 18.
Fails.
16 damage.
Taking 16, and then needs to make. You do still have sanctuary up.
I still do.
All right. Needs to make another wisdom save for that. Actually,
It's for each attack, so I assume it's 3.
so one gets
First
through.
one good.
So natural 20 as it slams into you. You take 23 points of slashing damage. Next one. Again, rolling pretty well for its wisdom saves. 12 would miss.
Yep.
And then it's going to try to latch onto you. Not able to latch on.
All right.
Right. And now for the lair action. Alright, so the lair action. There is this Ryland around you. There is this rippling on the ground in the rocks, and then you feel kind of this pressure upon you, and there is a let's see, make sure something. Yep, a pressure on some other entity as kind of space rips open as you see one of these in your mind, one of these entities writhing of kind of translucent flesh as the space rips in between these two areas as you get ripped into this kind of vortex. Go ahead and make a let's see. So I need a strength saving throw. And then go ahead and you can have a sleight of hand to hold onto the orb if you would choose.
Okay.
Okay.
First of all, evasion wouldn't help me here.
It would not with the strength. You
Okay.
could do. I don't think you've used your thing where you turn it into a
Yeah,
dexterity
that's
saving throw.
that's
You
gonna be my
could choose
next
to
thing.
do that.
Yeah,
You could choose to do that if you wish.
I do wish.
All right. So go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw.
Yes. Such epic dodge of
Come
uncanniness.
on, babe! Come on, babe!
Hmm. I do have inspiration if that's not enough.
So with an 18, or yeah, so 18. That is actually what you needed, as you're able to
Nice.
dodge as space kind of folds in on two creatures as this creature comes slamming down close. Kind of you feel this pull towards it, slamming at your bodies as if space. You two should share the same space, but you're able to, as the tattoo, the wind billows on your tattoo. As you activate the power, you're able to dodge out of this, as this creature is slammed into the ground as you avoid this effect in the pulling. But the pull, the space kind of, you're able to make it pull towards you and dodge out of whatever this effect was.
Oh my goodness. Do I still need the sleight of
Nice.
hand? Or is it all good?
No, you're good now. And this creature, whatever happened, is completely just obliterated.
Get
as
out of here,
it's
baby!
Flats on the ground.
Good job. That's my bro.
All right. So that was actually at the end of that, creature's going to start using some legendary actions. All right. All right. So yeah, it's going to use a some legendary actions and create a well force. Let's see. All right. So in this, there is this as the creature, the stars kind of flash, and this force shoots out as gravity and the space begins to swirl and shift as this crushing force begins to swirl. And I need, let's see, Selena, Afton, Ryland, Moru, and Ismark all to make Constitution saving throws for me.
Oh dear.
Whoa, that's not good.
And it is DC 18.
I've been rolling so poor. Ah,
Let's see.
feels
Use
so
that.
bad.
Use your inspiration. You can get it. You only need a 1 to
Okay.
beat that.
Alright, inspiration.
No. Oh wait. Do you?
Do you have any
Me.
bardic inspiration? Is
I
what?
thought you had it. Oh, sorry. I thought it was a bardic inspiration.
No, sadly.
Oh fuck. I thought it was a bardic. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
All right, so let's see. Selena, I think, saves.
Yep.
I saved with a 21.
Yes, you do as well.
Con is like my best stat.
I think Rylan and I fail.
Are you taking the orb with you, Ryland?
No. I guess,
Wait, if I see.
Oh.
Oh, I need to make a save for his mark. He saves. He's able to hold on. Kind of just slamming Time Piercer into the
Wait.
creature.
Hold on. My such epic dodge of uncanniness gives me +1 to saving throws. Is that...
So the first one would have instead of.
Yeah, 'cause I don't
Mhm.
think that's factored into my...
Yeah, and your
my sheet.
con. What's your con? Well, what's your con, right?
It-
You have at least +1 in con, right?
Yeah. If you get a +1, that's an 18 out of 17.
This is accounting for the +1 to con, but I don't know.
No, it must be accounting because her con, Ryland's con is 0.
0, yeah.
So it is
Okay.
accounted for, unfortunately.
Rough.
Yo!
Low con.
No!
So you are, as the gravity begins to shift in space, as it tugs and pulls you into this vortex, as you, those who fail, take 21 force damage and are pulled in this area. Kind of just flying, it just crunched together in the void, as you're right next to your blade bro, at least.
Yay!
Ooh,
Pressed up
Um,
against him.
right side.
As for the orb,
Jeez.
would you have a chance to toss that over to Afton?
Go ahead and make a dexterity check.
Actually, can you try it? To see if you get it to Ismark. He's the one that could probably get it in the best right now.
Ismark.
Probably.
Where's? Oh, he's still on. Okay.
He's
Yeah,
still on.
Ismark
on
would.
him.
Yeah, Afton would be
He's
an
not a
easier toss.
hero.
Ismark would be pretty tough to, but you could possibly do it. It'd be pretty tough though.
And he's on a range for my channel divinity.
Is it?
Are we gonna try and get it to him?
It's up to you.
Oh, and sorry, those who succeeded take half damage.
Yeah, I already knocked it.
Yeah, thank you.
Is that 10 or 11?
Yeah, it's 10.
Okay.
All right, so that was some legendary actions.
Ooh.
So what are you doing with the orb?
I guess he will toss it to Ismark.
All right, go ahead and make a dexterity. Just basically straight up dexterity.
If I see him throwing it, can I use reaction to like assist the throw and like direct it since I'm being pulled off of him too?
Like volleyball.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Like, set up a
Well,
spike
how about
for me.
this? How about this? I'll help you here. So, Rylan, you're gonna toss it to Moru, and he's gonna use his deflection. So yeah,
Sounds good to
his
me.
I was just hoping to help.
yeah, I'll let you do it. So you toss it to Rylan as you remember your training of trying to hit back projectiles.
Come on.
Oh yeah, I got you.
So you can have advantage on this.
All right.
Nice.
Come on. Come on. Yes!
Yeah, didn't need it.
It's so
Didn't need it.
With a 19, you're able to, as you you are getting kind of slammed together, and you see, as you're getting pulled, you see Moru getting pulled off too, and you just your blade bro's eyes meet and just the magic of it just bounces off your swords as you think the same thing. As you quickly toss the orb to Moru, he just with his claw just hits it, bops it towards Ismark's direction. As the orb, Ismark kind of sees this as he's somewhat of a blade bro too. Just at the last second, begins to start reaching out for it, almost out of his grasp, and then somewhere down below, fighting minions and monsters himself atop the icy lake of Zarovich, Strahd. There's a glint in his eye as the orb lands into Ismark's hand as he has it.
Nice.
Mori would do the like eyes, like he'll point to his eyes and then he'll point to Ismark as he gets pulled away. Like, do the thing.
If Ismark gets this in, it's gonna be a shining moment.
All right,
Does this
Rylan.
He does have advantage.
what would you like to do? You are up now as this has happened to you.
Oh, jeez. What can I do? I mean, is it currently just pulling me down?
You would essentially be restrained and like in this place. So unless you can get some out some way.
Phew. I do still have spider leggies activated. Does that help me at all?
You would probably be able to reach out to Afton, maybe. Maybe try to
It's only 5 feet from the ridge.
Take one of my 10 legs.
try
Yes,
to
grab-
move
grab
within
my
range.
leggies.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
can make a strength.
But I
saving
can
throw.
try and help if that would. Yeah, I would reach down too. I can fly, so I could like bridge the gap if need be.
Yeah, you can make
Dramatic
with your
reach.
spidey legs. You can make a strength saving throw.
Okay. Oh my goodness!
Oh.
What the heck?
Yeah.
Wow.
So
Heck yeah. Go, blade, bro.
you see just
Your girlfriend
see-
touches your
yep,
leg.
your lady touches your leg, and just all the legs kind of
Don't forget
shift.
your D6. Don't forget your D6 at the start of your
So
Oh
deal,
right,
yeah.
yes,
So
thank
all-
you, thank you.
The legs are kind of
I
kind of
know,
out
awesome.
like your Iron Spider-Man, and just they all shift. And as Afton kind of reaches out to help, they all shift and as they land, and you're able to pull yourself and move. That would take up one of your. Are you still hasted?
I believe so. Unless
Yep.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I'm
that
still
will
up.
take up one of your actions
Oh
to
boy.
have done that. So you still have a
Afton is still
still have
doing the
some
thing.
attack.
All right, so now I'm
But you can move. Yep.
basically over here.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we're just gonna pretend none of that happened. We're gonna climb back on with all the movement he still has left. He's gonna try to get back onto the back of its head. Ah, all right.
Stay within 30 feet of me.
Oh,
Yeah, stay within
Sure.
30 feet, and you can take
As
the
your
orb back if you want.
as your shadow of colossing the creature.
yes. All right.
Yeah.
Shimmy down just a tiny bit for you there.
That's 35.
Oh.
No, it's 30.
Alright.
You're marking from the
Shimmy.
wrong spot.
Yeah, you're from the
Oh
right.
yeah, yeah. You're good. You're good.
Take the orb. Take the orb. Put it in him.
Oh. Can you get it from Bismarck? Give it back.
Just kidding, I made it.
Let
I
me have the
feel like you would-
glory.
I feel like you probably would have enough movement to get to him and then get back into position.
Yeah, actually, you're right.
You could also bonus action.
Actually, I
dash
have a
to-
question. How much movement do you have, Ryland?
all
I
of
He,
it.
think
he has like
There's
600
also
feet.
one over here. Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly
Yeah,
what
he
I
did a
was
lap
thinking.
around the whole entire
You
map.
can, get the new orb. Get the new
Oh,
orb. And shove it
yes.
in.
Okay, we're gonna do that. So
Yep.
he went from Afton to here, grabbing the other orb to come back.
Shove it in.
With his like legs and spider legs all like.
Yep.
It's probably terrifying,
And
actually.
there's multiple times where he's got like all the spider legs or like multiple spider legs on different platforms and just quickly
Oh,
able to. It
Just-
definitely looks creepy, but you
Just
are
a reminder.
moving crazy fast.
Just a reminder. If you throw it, you get to use Dex. So maybe
Right.
you don't want to be on top of him right now.
Can I
And I
throw
will
it while
say,
I'm on it?
for you could with
Yeah, I think
throwing
so.
you will definitely need to still make a perception check to make out the void.
Oh,
So make a perception check.
okay. Yeah, he wants to slam dunk it. Perception. Where are you there?
We need to roll at least a 12 in total.
All right, with a 21, you spot one that is
Mm.
the void that is ripped open enough, expanded enough, where you think you could get it in there and affect Vampire.
Okay.
So if you would like to do that, this will be your action to get it in. So it is just a straight up dexterity roll.
I'm literally
You
just
have
so afraid
advantage.
that
And
we
you
would
have
kill-
advantage.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Yes.
I don't need to use
Good.
Yep, with a 22. If this was the first one, you might have missed, but with a 22 and it's more in a weakened state as you throw it without even needing the extra effect of the orb, sending it in, you toss it, maybe even hitting off one of the spider legs, just almost like a baseball hit. As it slams into the crystal orb, just shatters as you see the blood just almost just teeth begin to pierce into the void as again you see more tendrils and veins begin to ripple all throughout Vampire's form. Beautiful. You've got 2 in now.
Oh my goodness.
take his Mark's orb and do it
She
again.
said.
All right. With that, are you doing anything
I
else?
was like, how do you
Take his
have
Mark
plus 7 to death? And I forgot it's because I buffed you. I was like, holy shit, you're a god.
Yes, that's right. Oh wow. Yeah, I mean, if Ismark wants to let me have his, I'll do that too.
Yep. I mean, with you could I think you could. I mean, I don't know how much movement. I feel like you have enough movement. You wouldn't be able to get it in this turn because you've used action to
That's what she
start
said.
moving and then action to put it in. So you could have it though for next time, as you might be the most capable of getting it in.
Okay.
That's what she said.
we could give him a chance though, because he comes before me. If we have all 3, then I could try it on my turn to steal him.
Works for me.
Valid.
Yep. So he'll hold on to it and give his attempt when it is his turn. Vampire is going to make another legendary action. And he is going to. So with the other one, and again, there's just this clawing at whatever is affecting it. And there is, as this, you hear the high-pitched squeal again as it kind of surges up through the throat as it gives off this hideous roar that affects your minds. And I need, pretty sure everyone, except for really Shield Guardian won't have to make this save, but everyone else needs to make a Wisdom save, DC 20.
Oh dear.
Advantage with Hero's Feast. Advantage
Yep.
with Hero's Feast.
Oh right.
Oh God!
Advantage though.
Are
I
you
think Lou's
fucking
okay.
kidding me?
DC 18 or DC
Yeah.
20?
DC
Oh,
20.
I rolled 2 natural 20s.
Wow.
I hear you.
Oh my God. Okay. What was the DC?
DC 20. And let me know if you failed by 5 or more, too.
I rolled
least
2
fails.
natural ones on fucking Afton.
I rolled 2 natural 20s and I
Oh, it's
succeeded.
probably
in
fucking you. It's probably your fault.
Fuck
Let's
you.
see. I need to roll Mark.
On
Oh,
Cove,
confusion. I was
rolled
going to
better.
cast that on him.
Is Mark saves? Wow. So Afton failed. Who else failed? Let me know.
Elise.
Elise. So just Afton and Elise failed.
Yeah, there's no way for Elise to pass it.
How I'm confused. How could she not? She has like negative wisdom. or
Yeah.
something. Oh, okay. Guess that makes sense.
I'm back. What is this
All
word
right.
of madness?
You need to make a wisdom saving throw. Mark.
Oh, you know I can't do
DC
this.
20. You have advantage because of Hero's Feast.
It doesn't mean anything.
Hmm.
So more you failed.
I think it's the highest you ever rolled for wisdom save though, so
Yeah.
Did anyone fail by 5 or more?
just
I rolled
Afton.
Afton.
2 nat ones.
Okay, so
Shoot me.
so for the time being, you are permanently confused, Afton. Somehow someone can end this effect, possibly. It'll end, but you don't get saving throws. Everyone else that didn't fail by 5 or more is confused for 1 minute and can repeat the save at the end of their turn. So at the start of your turn, you will roll a d10, and I'll let you know what happens. But everyone else is able to succeed as you feel your mind begin to get jumbled. But with the force of will and the hero's feast
Yeah.
and
Well,
the
I need to take care
thrill of the
that.
battle, you're able to still your minds from this confusion and madness. More encroach stupidly to your thing, Lou.
Tee. Damn it.
Because they stupid. Oh yeah, that's why you said damn it, because you only rolled 8. All right, poor Judas. He is just next to Boggy, chilling out.
Oh man.
Trying to hold hands, but they can't get through
Yeah.
the ice.
Yeah. Judas's hand is like up next to, and Boggy's is up there. And written on Boggy's hand says Bog Bog. And it actually means not Penny's boat.
Oh no. Don't do that.
Let's see. This creature. Oh, these guys.
Those lost references.
Yeah. Man, I might rewatch Lost. It's been a while. Okay, some attacks at Elise.
You'd
Advantage.
be equally confused watching it now as you were back then.
Probably. I think I've forgotten a lot about it. 16 points of slashing damage. 15 points of slashing damage. And then natural ones as she's able to dodge out of the way of being restrained and grappled by this creature.
If she can, because she is confused, can she shield the first one?
When
Yeah,
you're
she's
confused,
still-
you don't
yeah.
get reactions.
Oh yeah, if you don't, yep. Then no. You do not have your
Sorry,
reactions.
I was literally looking at the spell.
Yeah, I
about
probably
to
would.
do it
I
about
would
here
have
before
once
you
I
done
made
it.
you. Yeah, once I made you guys, I've been like, damn it. But yeah, thank you, Lou. Thank you for that. She cannot. because she's confused. Let me see the range of these things again. Okay. Action to dash next to Shield Guardian. And now it is Elisa's turn. Please roll a D10.
There's no way she can pass it.
Well, a natural 20, she will pass it. But yeah, go ahead and roll a D10. Well, it's at the end of her turn that she can make the things. She needs to roll a D10 to see what her behavior is this turn. So we'll just take that wisdom save, so she will. It didn't do it right. You must have put a space in, maybe accidentally. Oh no. She is confused, so it makes sense. Well,
Nice.
with a 10, you can act and move normally.
Mm-hmm.
So she's
Okay.
unaffected by the confusion. Her mind just getting hit by this creature. It's just kind of instinctive, and your mind for this, her mind for this is able to do what she would want.
I think she'll Misty Step away. 30. And then 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Nah, she'll stop here. And then which one of these two next to Lou looks the most hurt?
This one, if you can see the ping.
Yeah, I can see it. All right. She will attempt to shoot him because there's an ally within 5 feet that's the sneaks, right?
Yep.
Go figure.
Taden unfortunately misses.
Confusion just enough to run away.
Yep.
I believe that is my turn, sir.
Poor Elise.
All right, now I'll be over you.
Yep. Shield Guardian is up. It's clobbering time.
Yeah. He heals 10 because he fucking needs it. And then he's gonna clobber this guy. That's the wrong character sheet, Adrian. Fist him. Does 15 hit?
15 just misses. 22
Fist him
hits.
again.
That one is gone.
Okay.
It's already taken a massive amount from Shield Guardian.
God damn it. Okay. Okay, yeah. He'll attack the one to the south of him then with his hasted action.
No haste anymore, remember?
Oh shit, yeah, never mind.
He was frozen still, right? So
Oh shit. Yeah. Unless he's immune to being stunned. Hold up.
no, I don't.
No, he's not. Fuck.
Well, can he get tired? It's a wave of lethargy. The way it's
Yeah.
worded is that
There-
he's
there is-
With haste,
tired.
the magic of haste would affect it though. There's other
Fair.
things he would be not affected by, but the magic of haste. If he gets the benefits of haste, he's gonna get the disadvantages of it.
Fair enough.
Yeah. All right, that is Shield Boy's turn. Lou?
Mark is going to cast Dispel Magic on Afton. Try to get rid of that confusion.
Let's see. I think here.
It's typically a 4th level spell.
Yeah.
Maybe it's higher.
And Dispel Magic you're doing at.
3rd level. That's all he's got.
Yeah, go ahead and roll.
22. Go, Mark.
All right. With that,
Thank you.
you
Mark,
are free
bless
of
this
this
creature.
confusion.
Mark is the real MVP.
Mark, I could kiss you, but I won't. Because I'll probably... Wait, no, you're
Yeah.
a fiend! I could kiss you!
I'm sorry I couldn't get you that third eye, but I'll free your mind.
You're beautiful, Mark.
And they say romance is dead.
Who says that? But yeah, that is Mark's turn. Fuck. Sorry, I didn't even consider what I was going to do for Lou.
Well, after
Um,
Mark's turn, Vampire's going to use its last legendary actions with this, as it's going to Void Slip again. So dexterity saving throws from, I think, Ryland, Ismark, Afton, and Moru.
Oh,
Dexterity save
Ryland.
DC 20.
I hopefully can do that.
For fuck's sake.
Yes.
Not make
Not a
single
lot of
dexter-
damage, but you are, any who fail are knocked prone. I think
Evasion, I don't take anything. I think Ryland's in the same boat.
mm-hmm.
Ismark. And you are restrained currently, Moru. So you might. I'm trying to remember if restrain makes you fail. Dex
Ooh,
saves.
good point.
Creature has disadvantage on dexterity saving throws when restrained.
So 23 is disadvantage.
Yeah. So yeah, that would be the.
He's still fine. Rolled pretty good on that one.
Wow. Ismark did too.
Nice, dude.
Let's see. Whoops. It, well, actually, it'll shift 20 feet, and then so it shifts kind of 20 feet up and over to the side. And you two, Ryland, you would kind of fall on the ledge. Ismark is beginning to fall into the void. But there is a bit, he's not falling as slow as the gravity here is still kind of affecting, and his fall is much, much slower still, as the vortex is still kind of pulling. And actually, yeah, so it's still pulling. So slowly he is falling, almost like a monk. With that, so take the damage that was appropriate, and that is its go. So Lou, you are now up as the vampire quickly shifts up and off, getting Ismark, Ryland, and affecting some of the others, pushing it back.
Okay. Who's looking the roughest?
Ryland is down to 76, I believe now.
I'm at half.
How's his mark?
Let me see. Check the
Just under
boy.
half.
Yeah, he's about bloodied.
Selena?
I'm at 60 of 141.
And
Take another breath.
Mercy. Fuck, why do I keep forgetting her name? Elise. What's
Mercy.
it's her token.
Apparently, the character she didn't update. She's about 3/4.
Okay.
Moira was still above half, by the way.
Okay.
I know you didn't ask, but I feel like everyone else is saying something, so just kidding.
Alright, so Lou is going to use Mass Healing Light, which is 3d8 plus 8. I'm going to target Ismark, Ryland, Afton, Lou, Lucina, and Shield Guardian. Because it does affect constructs.
Mm-hmm.
So we all got 16. That was a really bad roll.
Still very appreciated, though.
That was 4 charges. Boop, 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 boop. And for Lou's action then, I'm gonna cast Synaptic Static on Vampire again.
All right. Intelligence save, correct?
Yep.
$23.
Fuck. Alright, he takes half of
Back to
that.
back.
So 15, but he takes the full 14 Radiant. That doesn't get halved. That's from my Radiant Soul. So 29 points of damage altogether.
Yes, sir.
And that's my turn.
All right, some attacks coming at. I guess. Well, it's flanked, so it's your advantage
Mhm.
against Shield Guardian. 26-12 slashing. 27-18 slashing, cutting into Shield Guardian, and then
He's gonna die.
latch on. I think just grappling.
Just
and
hits.
restraining.
Yeah.
Yeah. So no damage, just restrained. Some attacks coming your way. Well, actually, nope. This one's probably gonna die.
Oh yeah.
With some save.
Fail. 12 radiant.
As it's going in to slam into you. Gone. Let's see. Ismark can't really do much. He's going to try to essentially throw the orb to you, Rylan, as he's kind of slowly falling.
Oh.
Take my hand. You take the orb instead.
Yes.
Rip his mark.
So, yep, he tosses it, and it's actually a pretty decent toss as you're able to grab hold, landing right in your arms. Let's just go.
Honorary blade,
And he'll
bro.
probably dodge. He'll dodge as his as a regular action or something. Since he's still, I think he's still hasted. Yeah, he is from Time Piercer. Let's see. Although I probably should have been rolling for that. Okay. Have we been? You know what? We accidentally took Kovu off the initiative
Oh no, Kovu!
because I think you deleted him, and so
No,
he
he's
totally has.
at 20.
Oh, he
He's
is.
still there.
He's
He
under
was
Okay, never mind.
stunned
My
last
bad.
time.
Oh, okay, that's what it
Yeah.
was. My bad. You're Kovu's getting attacked in this form.
Well,
Oh,
Silver had his turn. Would he have moved?
Yeah, well,
he was
Kovu.
stunned.
Well, no,
He
Kovu was
was
stunned,
stunned.
so I was just mind.
Oh yeah, to the end of the turn. My bad.
Yep. 19 and 25, 7 slashing, 14, and then let's see. You are grappled as well and restrained.
Are you guys gonna throw another orb at that thing? Because I can use my reaction to throw a shield to Govu.
I think they are. Don't worry about it. I'm in this big form, so I'm not too.
All right.
How much HP does it have though?
60.
Ooh,
Yeah.
you're welcome.
Yeah, that's why I suggested this over the eagle. Less about like the to hit or anything. It's more about the hit point.
Well, that's why I was going to go for giant ape, but okay.
This has wings and it has a lot of hit points, so. The last one didn't do damage, it just grappled, right?
Right, grappled and restrained. And with that, as the creature assaults you in this form, Moru, you are. Alright, we're able to dodge whatever kind of slip effect that was mainly, but you were still kind of restrained in this area. But I believe you have.
I'm also confused
You
because
are
I failed
confused,
my
so roll
wisdom
a,
save.
Yep, thank you. Roll a d10.
Yes, I
Oh,
got
you have.
normal.
Yep, you rolled so good for that. I guess only 2 of you are affected. So, yeah. So you are able to move, and you're still restrained, but I think you have.
I am.
Teleporting.
But I mean, technically, I need to slam the ground for this.
Right.
But
for the.
for the claw, for the slash,
Mhm.
can I do it anyway over in where I've created the square over here?
To that area? Yeah,
Yeah.
you'd be able to.
I can reach that, and it's a 20-foot cube, so I need everything in that area.
And it's
We'll take
allied, right?
50. It's only enemies, and they take 50 damage. DC 15 dex save.
Okay.
Oh my god, you're saving Shield Guardian. I thought you were about to kill him, but no, you're saving him.
No, I'm trying to save him. Yes, because if I can save him, then he can help take damage from Afton. That one will save. Dang it. So the ones that save take 25.
And one just hangs on barely.
Okay.
As you see the mercurial blade just quickly lash up, coming down all around Shield Guardian, but not hitting him, and going down to the ground, taking the flesh of these undulated creatures, almost taking all three, but one just barely hangs on. To Shield Guardian.
Okay, and then hasted action. I will keep my vision up on all these things so that those who have the ability to can see them. And then because I use an action to attack, to use the claw, can I use a bonus action to make a unarmed strike, quote unquote, against anything?
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm restrained. I can't move from here, yeah?
Right. You are restrained.
Okay. It might be more beneficial. Mori will take his hand that's not clawed, grab the rat dagger, pull it out, and activate it, making everything in a 60-foot radius around me have to make a charisma save or have a bane effect.
And that's at the start of their turn, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Let me I'll put it in chat.
Please.
30-foot radius, sorry, which is a 60-foot diameter around me. So I'll turn that on.
Yep, thank you, sir.
Yep.
All right.
And I think that's my go, because I can't really get out. And then I make a wisdom save, right? For this thing.
For the confusion, yes.
Oh, yes, it's a 20!
You are free of it now.
Oh my god, you rolled good for once.
I know, right? I rolled a 17. When does that happen for a wisdom save?
Some good rolls tonight.
Okay, and then... question, could I...
Yeah.
Sorry, could I have... How do I get out of this restraint? Do I not just not until it goes away? Just double checking. Okay.
Yeah, you'd have to somehow get out of it, or in the thing, perhaps the thing will go away.
Gotcha.
Like
All right,
you could maybe try to, I know you have the shadow step. You wouldn't be able to shadow step, but if you had other teleportation or someone tried to get you out,
I don't have a
or
teleportation anymore.
Yep. So you would be stuck there.
Cool. All right, I just want to make sure.
Unless you grow spider legs.
I don't have those.
Yeah. All right, so one slams into you, Kovu.
Yeah.
19, I believe.
Yeah, it's a really low AC. It's just 15 AC on this creature, so.
And you said AC 15. That one actually misses, so this one is not able to grapple onto you.
All right, cool.
Afton, free thanks to Mark of your confusion. What would you like to do?
Do I need all the orbs in there to try and do this?
You don't need all of them.
All right, I'm just gonna
go ahead. It's weaker when it's in there.
And I can make multiple attempts, right?
Right. So if you activate it, you have to pour forth a spell. If the creature succeeds, you will not be able to use it for a whole round.
Okay, I see. Do you think it's worth it?
But you also could activate it and not. Yeah. I mean, it's up to you.
Team, do you think it's worth it?
You could also hold your action
to try and start the thing. We don't have all of them in there.
He's got 2 in him though, right now, right?
Yeah, we have 2.
I mean, hey, it may be a chance to knock out one of his legendary resistances anyway.
That's true. All right, I'll send forth the spell then.
All right. So, as you take Strahd's tome out, quickly flip it, maybe even have the pages marked as you say in Sylvan the words perfection, treasure, and joy. You see the spell before you. You begin to utter the words of power as you see the blood vessels within Vampire go dark. And you see there is this pulse within the light and darkness as this is affecting Vampire, and let's see what he rolls. An 11. With an 11, that was a pretty shitty roll. So with just 2 in there, it fails. So it is going to use a legendary resistance and has 1 left.
Oh my god.
And now that cannot be used for a whole another round.
Alright. Is there a certain level of spell I have to use, or?
Just any Any higher than first.
Okay, cool. And I will. Okay, well, I'll say it was a 5th level because I feel bad that I didn't name it before.
Right. You doing anything else after?
I assume that was my action. Actually, can I try and use my fly movement to try and pull Moru out of this?
You could try.
Okay, that's what I'm gonna
Ooh,
do.
that'd be nice.
Go ahead and as you're flying through, you feel that there is this weird kind of force affecting Moru. Somehow you've been able to go ahead and make a strength check.
That's not gonna go well for me.
Probably not. You never know.
4.
Yeah, so you grab onto him, but you aren't able to move him, as you
Yeah,
feel there is
that's
some sort of force focused on him.
Here,
Nice
actually, I have an
try.
idea. I have an idea. I'm gonna try and bridge the gap. Then I'll try and be pulling him, but maybe he can pull himself through.
Yeah,
if
that
I
could-
Like
that could be
use
that.
that. Use
And
that
maybe
as
you're
like
grabbing
a
onto
help.
one of Ryland's spider legs too, Afton.
Heck yeah.
Yep, one of the legs just instinctively reaches out to you, Afton, as you're grabbing onto that, and Moru, and you're forming a chain. The
I
lady
love
and
it.
the blade bros.
Love it. It's just like a
All
fairy
right.
tale.
All right.
Yeah. Lucina. What is Lucina doing?
Okay. Right, she is going to use Dark Sacrifice. So she'll roll a d6 to save herself using sorcery points. She loses 3 HP, and from her max. So she can quicken spell, cast Guiding Bolt.
$16 misses.
Okay. Then as her action, she is going to use Blood Armor. As an action, you can wound yourself, draw blood from your body. As much damage as she does to herself, she gets twice that in temporary HP.
She does.
That's nice.
She can do up to her level, which is 11. So she'll take 11 off and get 22 temp HP.
Beautiful. All right. Vampire is up. Is she moving or doing anything else?
Is she within 60 feet of him? Nope. She's fine. She's fine.
All right.
She'll move
Until
back
he
5
moves.
feet. She's 5 feet back.
2. The breath does not return.
Yes.
But as
Thank
it
God.
is Vampire's turn, there is this shaking, violent of its whatever its flesh is and void and stars as they seem to coalesce, begins to clawing at the veins and vessels, and its wings kind of extend out, and as they shake, the whatever lights and starlights there are, they kind of shift up towards the edges of the wings, kind of, and then turning dark and red and ripping out as these tendrils rip out from Vampire. They lash out quickly, rapidly into its chest, its form, and there's this pulse and shake and guttural sound coming from it as there is this kind of motion as if it's about to breathe forth as mist begins seeping from the void and the wound, and as it brings forth the light, its mouth lets out this vomit of mist that quickly pours into the void around, and as it vomits, there's this violent tearing and turning inside out as quickly the mist shifts and hardens into this fleshy red chunks throughout as its body is kind of just ripped out, inside out, morphing and quickly shifting into cracking bones, hideous whales, moist chunks. And there's these
Ew.
tendrils that
Jesus.
reach down from the mist flesh that seem to surge up blood and
Can I make an
ichor
Arcana check
and
on what's
flesh.
happened?
Sure.
Oh, what's happening?
I assume based on no, based on what I saw in Strahd's mind, I was trying to figure it out, but
That wasn't even
Oh
its
my
final
God.
form.
With a
Phase 2,
16,
boys.
yep, it seems that it is morphing, shifting into something more, something
But
different.
why though?
But why?
Oh, it's not like we're
Alright.
trying to seal them away forever or anything, right?
Right. All right. And on its turn,
It's super creepy looking, by the way.
yeah. Let's see.
Oh, it started its turn. It needs to make a charisma save
That is true.
in my aura.
18.
Definitely succeeds. Dang it. Jeez, that's a 5. Yeah, okay.
It's so ugly though. How does that have a plus 13?
I know, right?
It believes it's beautiful.
it doesn't have to
Tell
be
a lie
creepy,
enough
it just has
times,
to be
people believe it.
convincing.
So with one of its attacks, it's going to, let's see. It's going to, you see it kind of, its body writhe as the tendrils kind of reach out, each with kind of this weird flesh bits that are not shaped well. As it reaches in, it pulls out, it tears into its flesh, and this light, as it kind of twists it, you see the void and the stars as it seems to bring it up towards its mouth and crunches in, and it draws forth, calling to a creature. And you hear, Ryland, this high pitch uh, um, kind of stir right next to you, as I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, DC 18.
Oh.
Rip.
All right, you are. So the first thing that happens, you are blinded
Mhm.
as it shifts, and the flesh that it consumes just forms in this mist at first, and then there's this flash of bright and then darkness that affects your eyes, and you feel it burning away at your flesh as you take 27 points of necrotic damage.
And is there any way to uncanny dodge this, or because
You can uncanny dodge the damage, but
Okay.
you are still blinded.
yeah?
So that's its first effect. Has Shield Guardian been making saves for Ismark and keeping up protection from good and evil?
He absolutely has not.
How about you give me a couple?
Fail.
Yeah, I would have failed. All right. So with that, as Ismark is falling, no longer holding an orb, there is some of the tendrils down as he's close to the mist and the meat as it moves like mist, but not as flesh should, as the tendrils kind of lash out. There's kind of this blood that pierces the tendrils down below and latches into Ismark. As it pierces his flesh, his body begins to writhe and mutate as teeth begin to form on his flesh. His skin goes pale and dark and rippling, and almost like more tendrils become, and almost like a marionette, he begins to get lifted up and moved and seems to be under Vampire's sway now. And definitely different now.
Who is that?
Ismark is affected by this.
I thought you said.
And then it is going to, let's see, lash out at you, Afton, as more tendrils kind of back from where its shoulder blade should be, kind of just lash out and send forthing an agonizing tendril at you. 26 to hit, you take 20 piercing damage, Afton, and I need you to make a DC 18 Constitution saving throw.
If you shield and I throw you my shield, would you pass that?
Yes.
Do we want to do that?
Sure. Let's do it.
Yeah, because this is the bottom of the turn, I'm gonna get my reaction back, so might as well.
Okay. Shield.
All right, with shield and the Selena's shield, that misses, and you don't need to make a Constitution saving throw as you avoid the damage. So you're using the
The shield, spider
And the
shield,
magical shield.
snake shield, whatever.
snake shield. It's Zach shield as you throw it forth,
barely. just
blocks.
barely.
So the Afton's magic as she shields, the creature begins to. There's this kind of ripple of void as your shield erupts. And Selena, you see Afton shielding. You just instinctively throw the shield to protect her as well as it slams, protecting Afton from whatever effect that was. And that is, let's see, Vampire is going to move further. And as it moves, it's kind of pretty much all, whereas the area you would see void, there's just now mist expanding and slowly kind of waves and ripples turning more flesh. So instead of seeing void in the background and beneath in the void, it's just mist flesh as Vampire kind of is moving, almost swimming along, and is going to be, let's see, moving this way. Ismark, and the tendril just kind of elongates, keeping Ismark in place, but is going to move.
I'm scared.
Over here.
Alright.
And that is go. Boggy is can't do anything. Kovu, you are
Moving.
no longer stunned, but you are restrained a couple different ways, I believe. Well, actually by one creature, I believe.
If you ask Mark to drop you from the form, doesn't it break grapple?
Yeah. I'm gonna try and I'll ask him to move it then to let go of it.
I don't see a thumb.
They don't have
He'll give
thumbs.
like a weird claw kind of like curl with one of them out.
He strokes his bushy eyebrows contemplatively, and he drops the spell.
Alright, and then Kovu is going to disengage, bonus action disengage. He will run to. Wait, hold on, let me see. Just want to get rid of this bad boy. Nope. Leave that.
I don't know if you would have the movement to do it, but I have the protection from good and evil still in one of the prayer beads. So if you can get it from me to Ismark, you might be able to save him.
It's more of a preventative.
Yeah, I don't think it's
Okay.
gonna help at this point. And Kovu is going to take out Devil's Ring and he is going to touch it to the orb and try and absorb it. The one that Ryland's holding.
All right,
Into-
go
into
ahead. So yeah, you do feel an energy around you and Ryland. So you can. Do you accept the energy nearby?
Yep.
Is Ryland you're letting him take the orb?
I suppose.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a d6.
Alright.
You want to give me that painting in return, Kovu?
Kovu's not asking, he just ran up and is like curling devil strings tentacles around the orb and just
Jeez.
absorbing it out of your hands, or trying to anyway.
Go ahead and roll again, please.
Okay. 4.
All right, with a 4, as you begin to focus, the orb actually shifts as you get the sense that Strahd knows what you're about and seems to focus Whatever he's doing now, he takes time to stop and focus as it transmutes into weapon or whatever shape you have for it.
I'm going to turn it into an arrow, and me and Devil's, he's gonna try and like focus in with Devil's String. He's be like, through his mind's like, alright, Devil's String, it's now or never. Alright, shoot. And I'm gonna use luck. Oh god. Are you fucking kidding me? I hate this. I hate this. I hate this so much. I really hate this. Why?
I
Oh!
was hoping you'd wait till my turn.
Wait. Oh. Wait, why didn't you tell me? Why didn't you tell me? You could have said
Y'all
something. You
can
could have
telepath
said
with people.
something. Yeah, literally. All you had to do was say something.
I did. I said it's my reaction. We have to wait till my next turn if we want to wait.
Where? When?
When I threw my shield to Afton.
No, you said it was
Oh.
the bottom of the round, so you get your reaction back.
I mean,
Yeah,
technically, y'all two are. You could have chosen who goes first. Y'all are at 20.
Oh, that's right. We are. Yeah, you do have your reaction back. Technically. Because we're at the same time. We're at the same time. We're at the same time.
We're
So
at
you
the same
do.
time. So
I'll allow it because you're all at the same
Mhm.
time. If y'all were definitely
Okay.
different, that would have been a big mistake. But y'all got lucky that you tied.
Oh, thank God.
You guys go simultaneously.
take the luck point back and then reaction divinity.
Makes it 25. Right?
25.
Nice.
All right. So, Kovu gets the arrow and it pierces in as it slams into it. There's this spark, and then it begins to pierce, burning hot, bright as it begins to melt in as you see tendrils begin to affect Vampire, weakening it even further, as it seems to have all three seem to be affecting it now. As it again, just multiple kind of tendrils begin to quickly have wrapped around the bolt, but as it melted, it's too late, as all three are in.
And then I'm going to do a tripping snare arrow against him. Which is, it's probably not going to work, but I'm going to do it anyway. 29 to hit.
29 hits.
Jeez.
And it's only DC 16, but dexterity saving throw.
And this is to knock it prone or something?
Yeah, and restrained.
Okay. It can't be restrained. It can't be knocked prone. So let's.
Oh, fuck. Well, shit.
But it can't be restrained.
Failed.
So as it tries to trip, you see the arrow hit, and just the tendrils as it impacts, just tendrils jut out, elongating and beginning to wrap around, and it goes tight as if trying to, almost like a bolo ties try to wrap and trip, but it does seem to slow Vampire down as the tendrils kind of lash around the platforms near, keeping it in place. So the restrained affects it, but the prone does not get knocked prone. So.
All right, that's all. All right, that's good. That's good. Does it look like it's like? It looks
You
like
can
it
tell
has
there
more
are
health,
forms.
probably, right?
Yeah, you can tell that there are pretty much all throughout. There are these essentially the vessels. You can tell give off the energy of the orbs, and you can tell that it seems still healthy, but that the weakness is set in with the Requiem. But you'll have to
Okay.
wait a whole bevy of.
Fuck. Well,
Yeah,
I got
to
that
convince
out of the
it is
way
weak,
then.
But it still seems like it's fighting and healthy.
Oh my god! Another natural 20.
Nice.
That's my last attack, so. And it has plenty of hit points, right? To take with.
It still seems pretty healthy, especially when
Okay.
it's shifted.
Good. All right. Cool. And that's my last.
It's restrained
attack,
though, so isn't that an advantage?
Oh yeah, the other
Well-
one would have been at advantage.
That's true.
So that would have been one attack, and then this would be the second one.
Oh my
Well,
What?
you also had sneak because you had advantage.
Yeah.
Oh
Yep.
right, I did have advantage. Oh my god.
You silly goose.
Hunter's mark. Okay. Wow.
You're welcome.
Last I checked,
Rules
you
layer
lost
coming in clutch.
concentration on holy weapon, right?
You guys are so lucky Kovu's on y'all's side.
Oh my god.
Generally, yeah.
Actually, pretty much all of you on each other's side. All right, with that, Kovu, massive turn, getting the orb in and doing a decent amount of damage to it. That was vicious. It doesn't seem as it slams into it, it's more worried as the tendrils seem to be trying to cut into the veins, trying to kind of slosh the blood that's moving throughout it. And as it does, you kind of hit into those open chunks of its flesh as you hear just wails and moans of agony and madness within itself. With that, Selena, what would you like to do?
All right, what's the health of Afton, Kovu, and Ryland?
I'm about half on both. Well, yeah, on both about.
Ryland
I'm
is
doing-
79 out of 103.
So I'm thinking I could either do Sanctuary and Protection from Good and Evil on Afton, or I can try and heal. But sounds like I need to heal because I know Moru is low, and I'm at half.
I'm at 57%. I'm still at 85 hit points. So I've got like 2 attacks.
And I can probably try and fall back at this point now that he's restrained too.
Yeah, but if you fall back, these flying things, I'm
Oh,
going
yeah.
to try and pose myself with
That's
that.
true.
So, and if I do the Cure Wounds, and I can't cast Sanctuary on you.
I think it's up to you. Just do
But
whatever you feel is
yeah,
best.
I'm just going to heal. People are still kind of low.
Aren't you, is Holy
So-
Weapon still up too?
No, it's not.
Okay.
So 22 for Selena, Moru, Afton, Ryland, and Kovu's fine, you said?
He's about 53 out of 80, so if someone's worse, he'll be fine. But
Lou, Lucina, Mark.
Cool.
Back over 100.
Mark and Lucina, Lou are all good.
I think she was asking
Yeah.
which one of you wanted it, not
Oh,
not all of you got it.
Then I can do Kovu, and then Elise. I guess I'll put both of them back up to max.
Wait, how many people get the Massacre Wounds?
6.
6.
Yeah, Lou will probably take it then. If you're
Then I'll give it to you instead of Elise. Then I assume attack of opportunity as I move away from the sucker. And then I'm going to bop Afton with my Pearl to give her protection from good and evil. And then my last 5, I'm going to move to here, turn towards the flying knuckleheads.
All right. The end of your go. Well, no, wait. It's going to be the lair action. Let's see. Guess I need to make a wisdom save. It's in your area, Lou.
Mm-hmm.
24.
Alright, take 7.
Still up. It's going to move. It has enough movement to move to you, and it's going to attack you. 15.
I hellish rebuke.
Do it.
Da-da-da.
It did.
Nice.
As it begins to slam into you, you just say, "Not today!" And it erupts in flame and is gone. And now the lair action. With the lair action, Vampire, there is this twisting and twirling around its chest as its flesh kind of morphs and tries to shift as it kind of forms this twisted mouth as it opens, almost in a spiral-like pattern. There's kind of this dark little pinpoint of darkness that juts out and shoots past, whizzing past Moru, Afton, Ryland, Selena, and landing near the center here. And as it lands, it begins to open as this kind of darkness shifts, as this event horizon kind of rips open as gravity begins to pushing you all towards this area. And I need pretty
shit.
much everyone to make, let's see.
Except Shield Guardian. Ayo.
Yeah, Shield Guardian does not need to make this.
By the way, these tentacly guys, are their claw attacks magical?
They would be.
Shit. Okay.
Let's see. So I need everyone to make DC 20 strength saving throws. Except for
Oh.
Shield.
Ha 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 ha! As if I could
Yeah, I
have
thought
ever
the same
made
thing.
this.
Yeah,
I'm just
same.
thinking even if I crit, I fail, but I just rolled anyway.
Oh, if only I
I would
hadn't used my
I'm gonna-
thing.
With criticals, I will say that you do succeed.
Ooh.
Nice.
Neither.
Your wings just
What?
flapping like crazy.
What?
What the heck?
Heck yeah, Blade Bro.
What is happening?
Oh, that's what we needed. Someone to
So,
stay
let's
away.
Oh.
I have an idea, so. Because I'm gonna be pulled towards this, right? So it's
It's like a
everybody else.
pulled from one gravity well to a different gravity well. Perfect.
Oh, Mark.
Well,
I-
this is gonna work out for, I think, hopefully.
Yeah. So if you failed, go to this area. Essentially, you get all and you take 27 force damage.
Good thing I got a heal and everything.
I have so many things open that I'm forgetting to close as they go away, like the dinosaur
Yep.
and the confusion.
You should see my
spell.
screen.
Hmm.
Let's
What about
see.
Ismark?
How much? 25?
27.
Yeah.
27, alright.
Let's see. Ismark is not actually affected as it is connected to Vampire itself. So Ismark is not going with you guys. All right. And let me know if you go to 0 while you're in this thing.
Oh. Oh.
Oh no no no.
Alright, so that was the lair action. Now, Vampire will use a legendary action.
Oh,
But the lair wasn't a creature.
I know, it would have been one of the creature's turns.
Damn it.
Let's see. Yep, it will use through Ismark. Let's see. Ismark shifts over and is going to attack you, Ryland.
Uncanny dodge? Oh no.
oh,
Oh,
never mind.
natural one. There must be something within him fighting. As
Mm-mm.
it misses, and you could see as he
Essentially.
hits, there's this kind of flesh that just like expands in his body, just this almost pustule of fat that surges up through his flesh, and there's this bit of where the flesh just overtakes his sword as well as it's about to pierce into you, but you're able to dodge
Ooh,
whatever was about to happen to you.
yikes.
All right, with that, Ryland, as you see this,
Ah,
see Vampire within its believing safe within, as pretty much everyone except for Lou and a few others gets slammed into this. You still feel the force, but your spire legs are dug down in as you are not. Well, yeah, so you are not pulled in. but you do realize you need to get out of there or do something.
Okay. Well, first of all, he'll telepathically say to them, like, "Guys, are you okay?"
Yeah, I'm great.
Maybe.
I love getting pulled around.
Oh, jeez. Can't speak. That's right. You could tell for a moment he has no idea what he should do, because it seems like he would be abandoning them to move forward, but...
Like meta-wise, I don't know how to say this in game, but like if we can get around to my turn, I think I can get us out.
I mean,
Scatter us, right?
you could telepathically say
and-
that.
I would.
Y'all can think that pretty much tons of
But-
stuff.
Yeah, but like, yeah, I can use our coven cast, and now that we're all together here, to scatter. Like, it literally brought us all together, so I can scatter us back into the center, closer to Vampire,
Okay.
too.
To get breathe done by him.
Well, but we can scatter
not
out
targeting
though.
though.
We can be within an area, so we can scatter out around this center portion. And he might not have his breath weapon either.
Mm-hmm. He might have something worse.
You may think, yeah, I'm about to say.
Alright, well, getting the sense that he won't be abandoning them by doing this, he will take this chance to use... Oh, actually, Ismark is technically an enemy to him right now, isn't he?
Right.
Yeah, he's gonna have to... Well, okay, no, this works. This still works. To use his Blink Dog, he'll
Mm-hmm.
use it off of Ismark, but trying not to hit him too hard.
Okay. Yeah, you could do non
One-shot him.
if you want.
Yeah, one shots him!
I can cast Raise Dead tomorrow. It's fine.
So,
We'll be okay.
Big fan.
Like, well, are you just missing on purpose but doing the swing essentially?
exactly,
Okay.
yeah, to make the melee attack, so he
Yeah.
can, not get the opportunity. And then he'll use the rest of his insane movement to get over.
Mhm.
Hopefully Spidey legs give him enough boost.
Yep, you'd be able to.
Okay. Oh, jeez. Does he want to latch onto this again? It looks really, really
By himself.
upsetting.
Ew.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's good.
Actually, there's something. Yeah. So as you get closer, excuse me, I need you to. Let's see. Where is it?
Yep, my sentiment
So I
exactly.
need you to make another strength saving throw.
Oh no.
Let me put up an aura by Vampire.
There is an aura.
You do run. Well, it should be. I think it's. I don't know what that is. An aura too.
How many orbs have there been? Because
There's 3.
There
four
are
on
3 orbs in him.
well, there's 4 on his token.
No, I only see 3.
There's the arrow, and there's this one,
Oh.
this one, and this one.
Is any teleporting to them to?
I
Destroy
forgot
them.
to with the arrow,
You
the one that
probably-
shifted. I
You
forgot.
probably forgot to shift the.
Okay.
the orb.
Okay, so once you get.
Is it only 3 we need? Is 3 the most we can get on him? I can't
don't
remember.
I mean, there could have been more.
I'm pretty sure it was 3, but I don't remember.
So you fail.
No,
and,
no.
So your speed, once you get right there, your speed is reduced to 0 as you feel this effect just stop you. This gravitational force just holds you there as you also take 17 points of force damage.
Okay.
So you can't move. You still have other. I mean, I don't know if you could throw like daggers or something like that, or use other actions.
I guess just to do something, he'll use one of his faux daggers.
All right, go ahead and make a attack.
Faux dagger.
26 hits.
Ooh.
Nice.
Now,
Right.
I don't think a
a
sneak
little
would
bit of damage.
apply, would it?
No,
Okay.
it would not. All right.
Isn't he still restrained?
Ryland is. Oh, the creature, vampire? Yeah, it would be advantage technically, so you would have sneak, yeah.
Okay.
It is restrained.
Nice.
Dang, Adrian
Nice,
all
nice,
over it right now.
nice.
Adrian's MVP of remembering
Thank
things. I
you.
love it. I love it.
I'm usually so forgetful.
Oh,
The tactical
you're
master.
on it tonight. I love it. I appreciate
I'm
it.
really
You're
not.
you're like really
Well,
remembering.
tonight you are, dude.
You remember
Tonight you
things
are,
like
so-
rules and tactics and things, and I
Yeah.
remember things like lore and like random bits
Yeah,
of bird
that's-
information.
that's
In battles
where
like
we-
this, yeah. I appreciate it because I've got like 1,000 things on my mind and can't remember everything.
We just remember different things. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
So great. So
Oh,
yeah,
hey.
you see Rylan just kind of, trying to fight his way past this force, but he can't, and he wants to vanquish so bad.
Yeah, the sun sword is just like it's lighting up, flaring up, just yelling, shouting in your mind, vanquish. You can see its brightness tries to grow even amidst the gravitational force keeping you there.
Mm.
Let's see, Elise is up within this. Go ahead and make a strength saving throw.
Strength.
Yes.
-1. She can't escape either.
Strength, yep, DC. On a natural 20, you can.
Alright. Nope.
All right. She takes 29 points of damage.
If you manage
Well, I
to
guess
escape
so you're restrained in this area, kind of slammed into everyone else. So you still technically have actions and stuff.
I have a question. If you
Yes.
manage to escape at the very beginning of your turn, do you still take damage?
It would be, well, let me double check. I think I did it. Well, I think the effect. Let me just read it again.
Because like if she'd succeeded the strength throw, she
Well, it
would
would
have taken
be-
damage, right? So if you negate the ability, would you still take damage?
You would still take damage at the start,
Okay.
and you could still use you could use your action to try to get out, or you could use whatever you think you can try to do to get out of this. You can also try to use your action to make strength checks to.
Well, if she misty steps
the
out, she's gonna get pulled right
restrained.
back in.
Yeah, I would say that would probably go with the strength check. So if she misty steps, she would just get pulled back in because I don't think she can misty step out. Well, I'll say she won't take any more damage. I'll let you misty step, and she pretty much has to roll a natural 20 though. To not be
What about
restrained.
spider climb?
Spider climb, it would still be some sort of athletics to. Well, I might let some acrobatic or dex type thing with certain.
And she's trained in acrobatics.
So I would allow some sort of dex thing if you want to try to misty step or spider climb or something like that. I mean, so it'd be a little bit hard
Yeah, I
spider
guess.
climbing now, to tell the truth. She might have to like.
She has one
There's
spell
nothing
left.
there's nothing to grab onto is the problem because this is kind of up off the
Yeah.
air. So you could misty step down, and if she had spider climb activated, that would help her a bit. But
Nah, she's just got the one spell left. So
yeah, I mean, she could ready her action if someone else gets her out to further get out or further do something else, or like spider climb to help eventually. Like you can spider climb and try to use that to hunker down in case you get caught up in this again.
Can you get everybody out, Afton?
Yeah, but I'll probably go down first if we're taking damage.
You have Death Ward.
Yeah.
So I guess she'll just hold for spider climb, I guess.
All right. And we'll get to the bottom of the round, and then we'll see. We're not going to go crazy late like we did last week, so we'll see where we are. We may have to call it. So we'll see. But we're going to try to finish this if we're good to finish to the end of the round, since it is almost 10. if we're all good with that. Let's see where we
Shield
are.
Guardian smashes.
I'm all here for it.
Shield Guardian destroys.
He do.
I'm good for time as well.
Okay.
Shield Guardian
Alright.
regains health.
Yep, I already done it.
All right. Is he staying put?
Let's see. Yeah, that's the problem, isn't it? He's gonna step on the edge.
Wait, at the time I took that, I was within 60 feet, or did I take it when I was here? Where did I take that damage?
Probably when you smashed in.
Probably true.
If he goes in there, he could get pulled in.
Don't put him there then.
I won't put him there then. About the way he speaks. Alright then. Assuming you'll get everyone teleported out, Shield Guardian will move closer to Helper Island.
Alright.
Lou's turn.
Mm-hmm. Lou and Mark.
I'm gonna do 4 more points from my holy symbol to do mass healing light again. Ooh, good healing this time.
Nice.
Afton, Lucina, Selena, Moru,
Kovu, please. He's about to die.
Kovu.
I was about to say that's clutch on Kovu.
What does Elise have?
I just realized she could have used evasion, so she's at least at 30 right now.
All right, well, I'm saving Mark then. Okay. Mark would literally die next round. She has a chance at least.
Yeah.
So yeah, 25 to basically everyone there except Elise.
Yeah, Elise is at 1/3.
You, I will not be able to move, so I would move yourself if you want to get closer. You have wings, so.
Who,
is
me?
that?
Like
Yeah,
Lou?
I'm gonna have to use all of my things to get everybody in here out. So.
Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm good.
Well, hold on. At the start of my turn, I get pulled to the center. So if you can get all of us out, I can shadow step to the edge if I'm touching the ground.
Okay.
How high up off the ground is this, Scott?
You would be about 20 feet up off the ground.
Oh, geez, then never mind. I can't get out.
So, out of curiosity, from Lou's observations of this whole thing, does this
actually-
look like?
Go ahead. You would actually
Does
need
this
to make
look like?
when it's your turn, Lou. You actually do need to make another strength saving throw.
Okay, so I make one when it's not my turn, and again at the start of my turn.
Yes, for this you do.
Fuck, that's brutal.
Yeah, I was reading the thing.
Yeah, for this you do. It's not like the spell effects where it doesn't, but this one does. So you
Okay.
are,
Fuck, that fucks us over.
and you take 25 points of damage.
So from Lou's observation of this whole
Lucina can dimension door though. She can take
situation,
you
can
into door, right?
does this effect look like it's something that can be dispelled?
Make an Arcana check.
Ugh, hold on. Do I have?
Can I roll 2? I'm
Sure.
proficient. Fuck, even worse.
Screw it. Mark's gonna try anyway. At his turn, I'll roll his thing. He has -2. He probably no. So roll damage for him.
Mm-hmm. 21.
All right, Mark's gonna use the last 3rd level spell slot to try and dispel this thing.
Okay. Roll.
Boop.
Roll.
Boop. I mean, he does have it.
Enough.
He does have a thing.
I think.
He has
Bardic?
inspiration.
I marked it on Lou's sheet. He
I-
has both Bardic and
Yeah.
DM inspiration.
If you want to
Too
use
late.
it, then
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll use the DM one. 17.
Ooh!
I'll also use his.
Good.
I'll also use his. But I keep track of it on a loose sheet. I'm going back and forth. That's going crazy. Yeah, so that's not going a D8. Okay, 25.
Nice.
Yep. So, with Mark up, he desperately just slammed as you fall into this, Lou. Mark is just slammed in as you guys are all just kind of shifting around, and he's right next to you as you all are kind of reaching out, kind of grabbing on each other. As Mark says, "I said I'd get you kids out of this," and he lets forth the spell. As you see this this darkness that you are in, when he releases, and the power of friendship, the orb shrinks in as you all fall free from this effect.
It's
Fuck yes, Mark.
beautiful.
Heck yeah.
You're my boy, Blue.
And he's
Mark,
just
you
his
can have
eyes,
that tongue
his
back.
eyes are closed, and he just ah! He opens up-
Yeah, his eyebrows turn
yeah.
a different color, and he
Yeah,
goes
his- yeah.
interesting.
Yeah, and his eyes just get bushier and hairier, and they're just blonde. He goes
Oh my
Super
God.
Saiyan eyebrow.
I love it.
And he has freed you, but you all fall 20 feet. Those that can't
And
fly.
we die anyways.
can't
Lucina
fly.
casts Featherfall.
Okay, beautiful.
No, it's fine. Kovu can. I don't want her to waste a spell slot.
She's got. She has been using nothing. She has loads of spell slots. Save
Okay.
yours.
And I
Okay.
will. Yeah.
Moru laughs in monk.
You fall slower than normal. It's weird.
I feel like I can fly.
Okay, so did what?
So is-
Oh, Lou never used an action actually.
Yeah, if you didn't use an
use
action, then you can do
use
so.
your healing light. I don't
You
know
and Mark are at the same
That was,
thing.
that was a
so-
bonus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You and Mark basically go at the same time, so I'm fine with y'all doing actions and stuff like that.
Okie dokie. That being the case, well, Lou
I will
also has
say,
his
well,
flight.
before you go too, I will say this is something I blanked out and I feel bad for it. Afton, you get the sense that you can't use the book again, but another spellcaster could attempt to. But for you, you would have to wait a whole nother turn. So I meant to say that. So that's my bad. I feel a little bit bad because maybe y'all could have done
I
it.
feel like that's pertinent bit of information.
I know.
Yeah. Well,
I'm
if
sorry.
that's so, then is there a range from where we have to do it?
I can fly 60 feet.
There would be a range, yes.
Then
You can
Afton
fly.
would look at Lou,
And I'll take the book.
hand him the book, and say, "Go get him, Tiger."
Oh, don't do that. I heard the words she said when she cast it. Lou's gonna fly to here. Within 80 feet. That close enough?
It is.
Okay, I'm gonna take out the book then and cast the spell.
All right. Let's see if it gets to use up one of its legendary saving throws. 12.
Suck a dick!
As you feel it beginning to take form, it is able to, with its legendary resistance, resist the effect in being sealed, but it no longer has any.
You know, that's a good place to end the session.
I mean, we
No,
could.
I'm only joking. No,
we
just
still have
go
2 more spellcasters.
four turns left.
That's true. Yeah, we got a couple more. We'll try to get to the end, and then we'll see where we are. I don't want to go crazy, like, because we went and Rain might have to work and stuff like that. So let's see. Okay, let's get to it. Ismark's go. He is hasted.
It's okay, guys. She's a full-time streamer now, so she's doing her job.
So his form, I don't know. His form lifts up and is hasted. So his vampire, just the mist, extends out, and it's gonna go straight to you, Lou. So he's going to attack you.
Counter spell.
Nice.
If only. So 4 attacks coming at you.
Oof.
18 damage. 17, is that hitting?
Miss.
Miss. 11 piercing with a 26. And 12
Miss.
missing. Only 2 connecting as he begins
Okay.
to...
29.
Whatever flesh thing that happened to Ryland doesn't seem to be affecting... It doesn't seem to be happening this time, as the flesh is kind of now just back as you see this large forearm of just fat and pustules on Ismark's arm as he looks hideous and a monster, but just straight up attacks against you.
I
That is-
hellish rebuke him? No.
If
No, I don't. I
No.
don't. No, I don't.
all right, Moru, you are up. What would you like to do as you see Lou fly off and begin the Requiem, seeming to take hold, but Vampire is fierce and somehow shrugged it off. What would you like to do as you slowly fall down?
I'm thinking. Okay, how high up is Lou in this gap here?
That's up to Lou.
Probably 10 feet up from this surface level. He definitely would have gotten a bit of air.
Trying to think. Because I can't shadow step onto you, but I want to get Ismark away from you. Can we see that tendril
Oh,
thing
I'm
that's
fine.
like? Okay. Can we see that tendril thing that's like floating from him over to Ismark?
Yeah, you would see those. There's multiple, and then even from the mist, kind of meat mist below, there are tendrils kind of jutting out of Ismark too. So he's just covered in all sorts of nasty flesh and veins.
Okay, well, I can't do anything with it, but I can actually go here. So I can go 30 feet to here, bonus action, shadow step over here.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of stay in range of Ismark. That's another 30. It's 40 feet here. And then I'm within range of Vampire. I'm going to. Okay, I have a hasted action, so I will throw feathers. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, bonus action key point, 4, 5 total.
Beautiful.
So I'll send him. 19, I think misses.
Misses.
20 misses, I
Misses,
think,
yep.
too.
Mm-hmm.
Natural 20.
Yeah, natural 20 hits.
He's restrained. You have advantage.
Oh, that's true.
That's right.
Second one hits with a 26.
So the second one hits, third one hits, fourth one hits, and the last one
You
hits.
get to apply sneak attack because you had advantage.
And I'm going to do it to
Natural
the one that I
20.
crit. Yep. So that's 2d6. Here we go. So an extra 16 damage.
Yep, its form is beginning to look bloodied.
Yeah, Blade Bro.
Beginning to look
Yeah.
bloodied. Oh my
Yeah.
god, he's only half HP now.
Well, he probably,
What?
when he shifted, he probably got more health.
Oh, true.
He was probably getting weak, and then he shifted, and then went
Mhm.
into this, got full health back. From a meta standpoint. Yeah,
Beautiful.
so that'll be my turn. He doesn't take the poison damage because he's probably immune, because everything's immune to poison.
No, he's vulnerable now.
No, he's
If only.
Afton. Actually.
Oh,
Creature
on my
is-
turn. On my turn as well. Are there any more of those like writhing tentacle things? Because I still have.
There
maxi
are.
invisibility.
There are many multitudes of them are moving up now. So they're pretty much at the edges. So you don't want to be at the edges and whatnot because they are beginning to react and shift.
I'm trying to think.
But you don't see any specific areas where they're just all around. They're about to.
Okay. I would say that over the thing, to tell everyone just stay away from the edges. Stay in the center. They're starting to climb over.
Okay. So on my turn, she'll blow a kiss to Mark, and she's gonna teleport herself and the other 4 people.
Hubba hubba.
what left
I
on
was
this
just gonna say
platform. The middle here. Actually, unless Elise wants to stay back. What do you think, Selena?
I think she needs to stay with us. She's at 1/3 health. She gets attacked
Okay,
again. She's
right.
dead.
Right. Okay. And you guys can teleport anywhere within 120 feet here of me. So if you guys want to move yourselves first, so that I don't lose
Within 120 feet of you.
me. Yeah. So 120 feet, and we're going this way. You kind of position yourself that way, based on. Right. Position myself behind some cover, maybe? No. Actually, I'm gonna.
Any chance you could have had Lou in that as well?
What do you mean? Oh,
Would you?
I don't think so. Uh, let me check. Hold on. Let me see what this spell says. Skitter. No, they have to be within 30 feet of me. You weren't within
Okay.
30 feet. Okay. Alright.
If you could move to this spot right here, you would be able to reach him.
Oh,
Or
yeah.
that spot
I
right
would
there.
have to leave someone behind. But if you want to leave Mark behind, then I could teleport you.
Yeah, I'm in a bit of a spot, so Mark will stay, and yeah, I'll teleport.
Alright. I'll teleport next to you. I'm gonna grab the book. I don't think I moved that much. Like, right over here. It's not that much, so 15 feet. And just, toss it to Lucina and say, I think it's your turn, sister. Good luck.
Oh shit.
All right. So before we go further, too, because something's going to happen with its legendary actions. How much longer are we good to go?
I guess up to you guys.
I'm good.
Well, okay, Lori's the one who has the early morning. Isn't she?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I-
there's potential that's going to be wrapped up soon.
Okay.
So
I'm gonna put at least another 15
we'll
minutes.
go at 10:30. We'll see where we're at, and we'll, for the most part, probably wrap it up by then for sure.
Okay, that sounds good.
We'll go for another 15 minutes, and I think we'll be at a potentially good stopping point because this could be over soon.
Okay.
So, all right. So there is Vampire is going to shift, teleporting, and then forming right here.
Roll.
And there is this, as it shifts, it's kind of spinning in this cyclone as the mist meat begins to swirl and open up as it creates this kind of vacuum. As you see, as it opens up, this kind of tearing within the meat mist, as there is this force that begins to pull all of you down towards this area. There will be saves, but you see as it opens up, there is still the storm of mist and void. As it has opened up, and there are still battles going on. Meteors, umbral vampires, more of these vampiric meat masses soaring through the air, in and out of the storm. And below, there's this almost ants moving about, piles upon piles of black darkness, likely bodies dead below, as Vampire begins to soar down towards the land of Barovia and Strahd. And I need all of you to make. You can willingly go down and start falling, but Vampire is falling, descending within the storm. So you can all make DC 20 con saves, or you can choose
Could
to go down.
Featherfall cancel that out?
Yeah. If we go with
Featherfall,
him,
yeah, you can start slowing Folly.
if
if
we
you would
go
choose.
with him, could
Slowing
we?
Folly?
Slowly.
Yeah.
Folly.
If we choose to go with him, could we
Slowly.
use feather fall before we hit the ground? Because I know Kovu has it, and I know Lucina has it.
I will
so-
say it is
Mhm.
very like this is crazy high up. It will take
Mhm.
like
And I
you
also
might have to. I'm trying to. How long does I guess Featherfall lasts until you
dwarf
hit
or
the ground? Correct.
They last for 1 minute, and
1 minute. Okay, yeah.
you
would
would
probably-
fall roughly 500 feet around.
Yeah.
But we have multiple spell slots. We can cast it again if.
Right.
Yeah.
So you would be moving slowly, falling. So yeah, you would if you can Featherfall, you can go and you're not in any crazy danger of impacting.
Okay, because Kovu can cast it, and Lucina can also cast it if we need to use our
Mhm.
reactions.
If you want to go with it, I mean, it is descending and it seems to be flying.
I'm not about to let this
down.
bitch get away. Yeah.
Okay, but with that is I will say you wouldn't want to cast it right away because it's moving rapidly. So Lucina would need
Yeah.
to be within range to cast it. So she would have to just go with it.
Yeah, I think Afton would just say, "Go with it, trust it."
All right. With that, as you guys are, so all of you are just letting yourselves just kind of jumping up, letting this take you, and descend with it. Lucina, book open as she begins to.
Just for effect,
bring
I
forth the
imagine both
requiem.
me and Lou are chanting it behind her as
Yeah,
we.
you guys. I would say you guys are right next to it with the coven, chanting it with her, as you still remember it.
Mhm.
Let's see what vampire rolls. Roll high, buddy. Roll high. No. All right. So I will say it is a pretty high DC. So he needs to roll. He needs to meet with 3 orbs in there. Is a DC 25.
Oh my god.
So
Oh
he
my
doesn't have a
God.
great chance.
Nice.
21. So as Vampire is descending, you all fall, the coven next to each other, you all begin to chant. And as Vampire is falling, there are these tendrils lashing out. As you see the dragons fighting, as the
coven is
tendrils
so good.
latch out, as the tendrils latch out, attacking the vampires on Strahd's side, it latches out, and their forms begin to shift, as it seems all this force is about to land upon Strahd and the land, as Vampire is falling, turning those of Barovia and Strahd against him. And as you guys fall in the wind, you read out, and the threads get cut with the words of power as its form shrinks and shrivels and gets sucked into the book. Tendrils like rubber bands lashing into it as 3 of your 3 hands come together and slam the book shut as Vampire is sealed.
Fuck yeah.
Oh.
Holy hell.
Oh my God! Featherfall, featherfall.
Featherfall. And y'all's friendships and companions saved your butts in this one. Mark was
Mark,
MVP,
MVP.
man.
We
Clutch.
did not.
Does
Oh
we
my
did
Strahd
not
look
survive
up?
by
If
any
Mark doesn't,
means
if
without Mark.
Mark doesn't have it, if Mark doesn't get those inspirations and stuff too from
Oh,
his thing,
Yeah.
y'all are still there for the most part. Y'all are more messed up too. So who knows what would happen if you guys don't do that. But with that, you all land to the ground. You see many of the forms
What
fall.
about
This-
Judas and Bog and Ismark?
Yeah. Their forms seem to fall, and the forces that were taking control. They are back. As Ismark is falling, there are multiple. Well, I guess we'll maybe find out what happens to them. But there are, as they fall, the meteors and umbral vampires dissipate into ash and nothingness, and the creatures on Strahd's sides begin to swoop in and out. Even some of them even collecting you, even amongst the feather falls and whatnot. Those that they can. It takes them a time. So you seem to be safe. Let me roll something to see if anyone I'm gonna roll something.
Moru grabbed
Say-
Ismark as he got pulled because Ismark was probably closest to him.
Okay.
To try
Alright.
and help him.
I'll allow that. There'll have to probably be some searching for Boggy and Judas next time.
Oh my boy.
With that, you all eventually land. There will definitely be searching for Judas and Boggy when we pick up, whenever that is, because Jay will be gone for a little bit. I think maybe you could listen in, so maybe we do some of the.
Yeah.
So we'll do some of it, but we're not gonna get to the duel until Jay can be here. So we might have like a. We'll see next week. We'll kind of play it by ear what we'll do next week. We might like set up some of the things if you can listen in, Jay.
Yeah, for sure.
And maybe text some stuff because you get a sense that Rahadin will join in the fight if you put your word into. But we'll next week we'll play it by ear, but we'll probably meet next week. But we'll maybe do some talk, some role play, and then whenever it gets to the duel time, that's when we will pause until Jay can be really with us. So
Okay.
Thanks,
Sounds
guys.
good.
beautiful,
Good.
awesome, crazy.
Oh my god!
Session.
Dude,
Right
we
at the-
had
yeah.
such good rolls, dude. We were doing so good.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And those two fails were clutch. He did so bad on those rolls.
Yeah,
And
He
if-
did.
2 and
and
a
if-
3.
And if Vampire actually rolls well and succeeds, he was about to do some damage to y'all too.
Oh
Okay.
man, that was
Mm.
crazy.
I'm sure he was.
And I do feel a little bit bad about. So y'all might have been able to get it quicker, and I just like looked at the Requiem thing again and was like, "Oops." But that was
think
awesome.
I asked
For the
halfway
fun.
through too.
Yeah, I was like, my mind was going all different sorts of places, so I apologize for that. But I remembered, and I think it ended up making for some cool moments. So it
Mhm.
worked out. I had a blast with this, and then now we get to.
Yeah.
And I will say, go ahead and y'all will. Well, we'll see. But y'all are level 15 as well.
Hey.
Oh shit.
Hey.
Oh!
So yeah, next week play by ear we'll probably meet, and then do some role play,
Oh
see
my
negotiations for
God.
duels or whatever else happens, and then like I said, once we get to the duel, we're calling it until we have Jay Moru here for.
Oh, I get an ASI. Sweet.
Level 1
Nice.
bard.
But yeah, feel free to you can level up now or level up when you so choose. I know it is late for some of you guys, so thank you. I had a blast.
Good
This
job,
was
guys.
Yes, indeed. Thank
Oh,
you.
we killed the god.
Power
Hell
of
yeah.
friendship.
Wait, do I have True
Yeah.
Resurrection now? Can I bring Mark back with a proper body, or is that level 9?
I think it's
Uh,
think that's
True
level 9.
Resurrection is 9, yeah.
It is
yeah,
nice.
and you need
Dang it.
some crazy well, I don't know about that. I can't remember.
My whole
There's
entire
a lot of
backpack
gems,
is gems.
Yeah,
That's all
you
I
probably
have.
have. You probably have what you need for that. Maybe. I'll have to look it up. But yeah,
It's,
feel
tw-
free.
it's 25,000 worth. It's,
Oh,
it's a
you
lot.
probably don't. You have a. Yeah, you have a lot of gems, but you don't have that much. Maybe Strahd does though.
So just to clarify,
Eighth level spell.
Cole, your rule for hit points is you just take the roll unless it's a 1, right?
Right. Unfortunately, yes, for you that
Ouch.
too. Yeah,
Feels bad.
but you actually I mean you have a bit more HP than most in the party, but still.
I have
it's-
146 now.
Yeah.
More than you.
Well, you should have more than me. You're
I'm-
also.
I'm not
I'm
gonna
a
lie.
D8.
So am I.
Hey,
I'm so surprised. Y'all got a little bit lucky that there weren't more minions this last round, but I'm surprised that no one went unconscious.
Oh, true.
Oh yeah.
Y'all were
from
doing
the
some
goodness.
crazy
Lucina did.
healing. Crazy healing and
Lucina
heavy
did.
distances.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
had some
yeah,
good roll
no.
throws for the heals.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you were like
We
our
wouldn't have made
pocket
it.
healer,
And
dude.
there was-
That was crazy.
There was a decent amount
good.
of AoE damage too, so like everyone was taking damage.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
well, Lucina
And
went down, and that fucked up cover.
Okay, that is
and-
true.
Yeah,
Shield
heals
Guardian.
were
True.
clutch.
So-
Heals were fucking clutch. I was so close to dying so many times.
Because no,
The
like I was
lowest
like,
you got
there's-
was 7, right?
there's no way they're not. Some of them aren't
Yeah,
going to go unconscious, but y'all were.
Seven, I got 7 on Afton, and I got 27
Yeah.
on Kovu, which if I had gotten hit by the graviton thing again, I
Yeah.
would have gone down.
Yeah, and you would have disappeared.
No, death ward on him.
Oh, that's true. You would have been safe because of
Mhm.
Death Ward.
Yeah, I blew through all of my level 4, and
Shield-
then a second level 5. and
Getting
the
Shield
whole
Guardian
weapon
was-
the other level 5.
Getting Shield Guardian was clutch back for you guys too. His Afton
Yeah.
definitely goes
yeah,
down.
that thing goes down so many times without Shield Guardian.
So
That was a big switch.
Oh yeah, that was huge. Oh, that was huge.
Hey guys, I get another cantrip.
Oh my god,
as if
no way.
as if I needed any. With my what,
you have all
12
the
cantrips?
cantrips are pretty good at y'all's level. After freaking a fireball for a
Oh,
fireball.
wait.
That nat 20, right? It can be
Yeah,
pretty
I did
deadly.
like 30
That was a
damage
decent amount of
on that.
damage. The vampire still had a decent amount of health.
Oh yeah,
Vampire
I
had
got a cantrip
so much
too.
health.
What do I want? Should I get 2 points in wisdom from ASI or should I take a feat? I feel like getting a +4 in wisdom is probably better.
Ah, dang it.
I don't know.
Do you guys want to know what would have happened had you killed Vampire?
Oh,
Kind
tell
of,
us.
yeah.
Sure.
Yes.
Okay. Well, let me do something real quick, and I'll show you. Well, some of the technically one of the things wouldn't have happened.
I assume the minions would have took his power in essence, and then Strahd might have been corrupted by it.
Well, yes and no. Had y'all not gone down and struggled more on the way down, there would have been like those. There would have been multitudes of the minions falling down with you guys. So y'all would have been starting to take a lot of damage from that. But no, it would have erupted. It would have collapsed as a star would and exploded.
Oh, like it did with Morton Kanan. We saw it happen in the sky.
Yep. And so there would have been multiple saving throws. So let me post this. The plane shift thing would have necessarily happened. Y'all would have been sent somewhere within Barovia if there was anything left of you. But I'll post it right here. So this is, I think this should roll all the damage. So you would have made 3 saving throws, a dexterity, constitution, and a wisdom. And you would have taken 44 bludgeoning, 48 cold, and 59 psychic damage.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that'd
You
be
trying
bad.
to kill us?
Had you killed, well, that's had you killed Vampire. Yeah, you probably, some of y'all might have gone down with that.
Wow.
I might have actually been able to survive because of Death Ward.
Well, there would have been Death Ward too, but the way it would have done is, like
It's
each
3
save.
individual.
So like had you got, yeah, it's 3 individuals, so it's like 3. So it
I
could have
still
been.
think I
It
might
would
have
have
been able
killed some
to.
of y'all maybe, but some of y'all might have survived. So.
Because it would have been half cold damage, half that.
cold.
Yeah,
So
half
that
cold.
would've
So
been-
cold wouldn't have been that bad. It
that
would have
would've
been
been
bludgeoning and
12.
psychic.
And then 22 from bludgeoning, survive that. And then psychic, I'd go down either way, but it would be Death Ward. So I'd be at 1 health again.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you could survive the first 2, or even if you were thrown unconscious, maybe someone would catch you or find you, or it's a very slim possibility. But hey,
Yep. Vampire had about just over 150 HP left.
Dude, I had flashbacks to a critical role and Moru attacked 4 times. I'm like, oh crap.
I love it.
Like I knew it was still high enough that you weren't gonna do that much
Oh, yeah.
damage, but it was just like that's why I typed that with that little emoji.
Yeah. Had Ryland started doing some more damage, that would have been scary. Had
I
Ryland started going
wondered.
over. Because you were doing great. Like you always.
Ryland
you're just
does a
crazy
ton of
just
damage
ridiculous damage.
in like 1 hit. Mine is spread out over like a group of
Yeah.
hits.
So
can
it might
I
have
just
been.
we
say
figured out
how nice it is that each of the coven members got to
That
do
was pretty
the
cool.
ritual,
That's
and then the
beautiful.
last one was like all of us together as like.
Yeah, that was
At least
cool.
you know
That's
how
why. That's why I at least feel a little bit bad about my mistake. It was that it ended up making for a pretty cool moment. That it would, but it. I mean, who knows? There might have been cooler moments that I remembered right. So, but yeah, I loved it. It was.
Dude,
awesome.
we had so many cool moments that
There was
battle.
tons
Like
of cool
Mark going Super Saiyan and saving all of us.
Yeah,
That was
that was
The way
That
the
was
music
awesome.
was going at that same
Yeah.
time, it was
Yeah, it
perfect.
was so good.
That might be one of the moments I remember the most.
And
Oh.
then,
Which
like,
one's the
yeah,
moment?
each of the coven members, like, taking a stab at this, and he was like, rah, rah. And then, like, all of a sudden, and then, like, also, like, Kovu doing the arrow, and all of a sudden, like, Selena is, like, coming through. Oh my god, it's just, like, that
Sounds
whole
awesome.
battle was
I
such
love it.
epic! Such epic!
Oh,
It was,
don't-
it was
Don't
was
forget
tons
our,
of fun.
our volleyball session too.
Ah,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was good.
yeah.
Just,
Yeah,
just
that
for,
was
just
that was
for
a cool. There was
Rylan
no, there
to
was
go back and
yeah,
be like, "Nah, I still need it, bro."
there was so many cool moments.
Good to see
I
it.
can't wait for. I also cannot wait for the duel.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever that looks like. Hopefully y'all set it up where most of y'all can participate, but we'll see. I'm looking forward to that. That's
I'm
gonna be fun.
excited.
That's where it's gonna be at.
Ah,
This was tons
Mhm.
of fun, but that also
Mhm.
has more of the drama and the Strahd and
This was the appetizer.
mm-hmm.
yep. Love it,
For
love it, love
real.
it.
Yep.
See, so yeah, like I said, I'm heading out, but like I said, we'll play it by ear. We should be meeting this Sunday, kind of doing role play, drama, all that stuff, getting
Mhm.
set for the duel, and then
I
once
can't wait to see Strahd's
so
fucking face, dude. That's the thing I am most excited for.
Yep.
Is just to see how he like fucking looks at us and we're like, yeah, that's fucking right. We just sealed
Yeah.
a god.
Yeah, we took down a god.
Yep.
It's fine.
And I will say, as
No
you're falling, like you could tell, there has
problem.
been heavy warfare and battle across the land in Barovia.
We're only
Uh,
up there for like 30
actually-
seconds, though, right?
Right. Yeah, there was tons. There was. I mean, you see meteors like crash down
Yeah.
and just craziness. So yeah, but it's
With
yeah.
my,
If that
can
would
I-
have dragged
wait,
out,
with
though,
my
that could have been a lot of
connection, do
damage
I
to the
know
land.
if Victor is okay? Is he alive?
I will let you know.
Next.
Victor
Okay.
is.
He's rolling dice.
Let's see how he's doing.
Come on, Victor.
So, how about high or low?
Oh God.
Oh
Don't
no.
do this to her. Just roll. Don't make her guilty for it.
Oh no. Oh no. What's a group thing? Group consensus. Low? Low?
Aim low.
Low? Okay, low.
Okay,
Oh god, I'm so
I'll t-
scared.
I'll take what Shenanigans rolled. I can take a picture of it, or you can take a picture of it.
Nah, that's fine.
Shenanigans
I was
rolled
doing
a
that for
D100
myself,
for me.
but
Well, I'm gonna take it because
Okay,
pretty much as
fair
soon
enough.
as she said low, you rolled it. So it is a 33.
Nice.
Nice.
There's definitely he is survived, and there is only a few casualties in Valaki, as many now see him as a hero. He
Victor!
seems to have protected many within the town.
Man.
Oh,
Wow.
you still have like 20 seconds. Somebody get me to the town. I can revive the fight.
I mean, there could be that. There probably
Oh,
still
I
might be some
assume the
casualties.
meter's been falling for like 3-4 minutes because we had to fly up through the meter.
Yeah.
So
I actually
Sweet.
care about my NPC. Alright.
But yeah, there'll be some. I'll tell you kind of more of what happened in some areas. Maybe like Kresk and stuff like that. There might have been some, but not as much. It seemed more focused in this Valaki area. Got the worst. Maybe if y'all had done horrible and it dragged out even longer and longer, it might have had more spread throughout Barovia.
well, I have one more raised dead, so I could do that if somebody fall, and then if we have the extra spell from the level up, I have an 8th level. I could also raise dead at.
Yep. So yeah, we can say you definitely. Probably, I would imagine Selena would want to go to Valaki and help those who are wounded. So yeah, that's what we'll be, and we'll pick up next week with seeing the what comes next, seeing Strahd's reaction to this, and then whatever y'all get up to next week. So
Good session,
but,
everyone.
yeah,
Sounds
level up.
good.
Yeah, you can level up before next session, but we won't. There shouldn't be necessarily any combat until the duel, I imagine, unless some of y'all do something crazy before then. So
Let me find my quote unquote dad. I'll find some actual combat.
yeah, I mean, you guys could force combat. So I mean, you technically
No,
could, but
please.
so. But y'all are the best players.
deals.
Best
Y'all are the best
DM.
players. I love you. I had tons of fun.
Yes.
Combat.
That was so good.
So I'll catch y'all
Thank
next
you
week.
for giving us Mark, by the way.
Oh yeah.
For real.
Yeah,
Yes.
I love Mark's.
The
Yeah,
gift of
Mark's one of my
Mark.
favorite. Mark's one of my favorite NPCs. I don't think I'll ever.
Oh
forget Mark.
man.
I've cried over Mark.
Aw.
I literally have. Like, and that was a cool moment. So there are so many cool moments all around. So
Dude,
All
this
right.
whole thing straight up is a story of redemption. Like, look at Mark, look at Afton, who started this story as an asshole and is like started us like found her path. and then Mark, who started this story as a trader and found his path as a guardian, and
Blue
like
running from his sister, flying away from her.
yeah, like the whole thing. It's literally a redemption story.
And there's
It's
still some more.
beautiful.
There's still some more stuff too. Yep. There's
But
stuff in Sasha.
Lou's also getting more cynical though. He's just not taking any shit.
Mhm.
Yep.
He's
He's
learning to stand up
growing.
for himself properly.
I'm labeling this Curse of Strahd a redemption story.
Ah.
This has definitely been shaped and shifted by all of us. So it's our story. So we'll see what comes of it, especially with this duel in next week's. I feel like we're in the end game, guys. So we'll see how much more we
We're
have left.
fighting God, so generally that means we're in the end game.
Mm.
This is
Yeah,
great, man.
true.
This is great.
We still got 5 more levels. We're good.
So we'll see. But
Thank you, Scott. That was
yeah.
awesome.
For real.
Thank you.
Yes.
Actually, though,
Thank
that was
you.
so intense. That was crazy.
Yeah, just wait till the duel.
I'm off like an adrenaline high right now. I'm
Yeah,
like,
I know.
"Ah!"
I say I'm gonna go to sleep, but I'm just gonna be like, why? Like, I'm just gonna be in my
Same.
bed, just
Stare at the
remembering, like,
ceiling,
oh,
like,
that was so cool.
"Ah."
That's always the way it is with me.
Mhm.
Ah.
Good night. I love y'all. Y'all are the best.
Night.
Good night.